Welcome to yet another exciting edition of the world famous Beatcast. Hopefully the microphones are working.
Famous. Check.
How's everybody doing out there? Everybody good?
Pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty
excited.
lazy Sunday so far.
It has been a
Nice.
lazy Sunday. Yeah. Those are always
Nice.
the best.
Not for me. No, I'm always busy. You know,
Okay.
changing the world one morsel at a time.
Crafting one craft at a time.
Hey, you see.
I do. And can you tell us about that real quick? That piece of art?
So I was watching some video of a guy. He made a moon sculpture, and he created a frame around it, and then he put an LED around it, and all this shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, that'd be dope to put a moon sculpture. So I went and bought some plaster of Paris, sat on it for a little bit, let my thoughts linger. I put it together, and I made the moon, but I didn't really want the moon or whatever. Like I just kind of let it sit, and then I was sitting up and I was thinking, I want to see like hike Camelback Mountain. So.
Yeah.
I was already working on a wood frames because I cut wood frames for my paintings. So I have like a bunch of big frames already like cut. So I had one already set up that was already cut, and it had a frame around it. Turned it around, and I threw the plaster on it, and I painted it, put a frame around it, put the LEDs into it, and then boom, I got Camelback Mountain on my wall.
Oh, yeah, man. Now,
That shit looked like the background of Defender. You know the game Defender,
Oh, yeah,
the arcade
Atari.
game?
Yeah.
This shit looked like the background of that.
Well, the second you finished it, did you say slam? Because you look exactly like Fredro Starr today.
Yeah, what's up? Why you look like you a Chiracian? What's going on?
Why is it always the people that are close to you that do it to you? Why is
we always pick on you?
it's like it's always one of us? Yeah.
I had to Google to see, but
She didn't understand the reference. Yeah.
but I immediately understood what you guys were
Fredro
talking
Starr.
about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's actually a really
Do
cool
your
piece of art.
Googles.
Really cool piece of art.
Have we pointed this out before? Does it look like Delvon makes his bed like a serial killer? Is there just
Definitely
something
now. Why
about
the
it?
fuck is it so high?
That's just, it's a high aspect. I told y'all get more
Yeah.
money every year. My bag gets higher every year. That's how we do it around
That's
here.
fucking ridiculous. There's no fucking reason
Or
for it to...
or Delvon's getting smaller and we don't know it. Like,
There.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
his beard to face ratio is changing.
You don't see behind his chair. There's those little dog steps.
Like, you gotta jump into that bitch. It's so tall.
That's too
like
fucking
that
tall,
shit
dude.
is.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's up there.
That is insane.
Even the fan is like going towards the
The
ceiling.
fan blows under it and shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so my thought is like when they bring slavery back, like I could just fucking keep people under there. You know what I'm saying? We could smuggle people. If y'all need to come over, there's definitely enough room. So we'll figure it out. That's all good.
Damn.
That
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like when I'm not human trafficking.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean-
I'm gonna do it after.
I was just going to say it's a lot of room for storage, but
Yeah.
Yeah, human
This is-
storage. That's what I'm saying.
what is the Beatcast? You might be asking yourself. The Beatcast is a monthly
Speaking
sample
of human
challenge.
storage.
Speaking of human storage, in a way, we store creativity. So it's a monthly sample challenge where one of the members from the community takes a sample off of a record, puts it up at thebeatcast.com. The world gathers together, sings a little seance, and then downloads the song satanically onto their computer. And then they have a virus, at which point you cannot get rid of it. And you've been converted. It's too late. You're all a part of it now. Get under Delvon's bed. Get under there. No, that's a lie. I made that last part up. So, and then we all make a beat. You have like 3 weeks to make your beat. You post it to thebeatcast.com and to your Instagram using the proper hashtag and @ and then we all discuss, kind of have some fun there in that midnight release of all of our beats. Then we come together here as the Beatcast, the world famous Beatcast, with the Beatcast panel and Delvon's spacious bed, a beautiful use of negative space, to discuss those beats with sometimes guests. And tonight is one of those nights where we have an amazing guest with us. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for an absolute legend, DiBiase.
What's up?
We got made fun of for our applause last time. I think.
Man, what's good, y'all?
How's it going? This is like we talked about a little bit before the show. Excellent choice in hats. Thank you for wearing that. Excellent
yeah.
choice. A wonderful plug there.
Man. Yeah, picked this up at Macy's, you know.
Yep, got it at Macy's. Walked in and it's right there by the polo jackets. You're like, I'll take that.
We got that spring line in Macy's.
We do. Before we dive into the interview piece of it, first off, welcome. You know, we're very honored to have you here, and we've been working on that for a while too. Like, we'll shoot a message out. I know schedules, and then speaking of schedules, tonight you have a hard out at a certain point, right? Like around
9
PST. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if it's boring, you can always you just
Nah, it won't be boring, dog.
You do the whole. I gotta go.
Look at that. Look at the time.
He sets the alarm on his phone. That way that shit goes off. It's a phone call anyway.
Hell yeah. What I was going to say was, just real quick, and I almost forgot, and I saw it in my notes. The Noctimus Prime sample pack is out. Grab that. We've sold a bunch of those, which is pretty cool. So keep that going if you haven't picked it up yet. By all means, go to thebeatcast.com/Patreon, or the other way around, patreon.com/thebeatcast, and grab that while you can. But, DB, so you're heading out. Are you allowed to talk about your trip? Or is
Yeah, it's all good.
you heading out to Japan, am I right?
Yeah, April 1st till April the 8th. So I'm doing 404 day out there.
Nice.
I'm gonna go to the Rolling headquarters.
Oh,
And
shit.
yeah, man, it's a few activities. Then table beats. I'm gonna do table beats and
That's dope. That's dope.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Japan became one of my favorite places on the planet, man.
oh yeah,
That shit is just amazing. The vibes and shit, and the ease of
Yeah.
access. Yeah,
Isn't
Yeah,
it wild? Like, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's like the vibes out there is magnified times 20. Like the vintage,
yeah.
like from like the boom bap to even G funk to all of that. The dancer scene is crazy. The fashion,
Mm.
video games, of course,
Yeah,
all that stuff. It got a little bit of everything.
100%. It's one of the places I want to get to eventually. You bring up the video game thing. I know that's been like a big influence in your music. Through your lineage, but I think like a lesser known fact, and maybe it's widely known. You were a graphic designer first, right? By trade.
Oh snap! Okay, yeah, man. I did that. I took graphic designs and I even did sign painting a little bit too. So
Do you
yeah,
find that
man.
there's was that the space that I know there's other influences obviously coming up, from your background, but like, did you find lots of ways to incorporate your graphic design into your production, or were those two things happening simultaneously, or were they sort of separate?
Ah, before the internet era, I would draw some of my covers for just random beat tapes, and I would get creative in Xerox copies.
Yeah,
That's old school Xerox, the Xerox machine.
yeah,
So Kinko's, or when I worked at the park, they had a copy machine in the office, and I would just draw some stuff like some characters and all that, and
mm-hmm.
for some like random beat tapes that I would sell hand to hand from CD to cassette.
Yeah,
That was like in the 97, 99,
yeah.
early 2000s.
It always comes
But
out of necessity like that, because it's like, well, where are you going to get your art from? It usually starts like, fuck it, I'll just make my own art. You know what I mean? And just kind of put it together.
yeah.
I think we all become a everyman, creating the stuff.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades. We
Yeah.
gotta be that whole DIY culture.
Yeah, nah, that was basically. But as a kid, I used to like to draw a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so I would spend hours doing that. But I got kind of burnt out when I was doing the sign painting job. So that probably like the last time I really started drawing consistently was 2003 or four.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Sign painting is grueling. That's like some grueling work right there.
That
Yep.
is. It's a lot of patience.
Yeah.
yeah,
100%.
yeah, but it was cool. I was making beats in that class, so I would bring the. I didn't even have a boombox. I had a tape recorder, and I would play beats on that. And
Mm-hmm.
during break time, we have ciphers freestyling over some early beats.
Well, see, a lot of people don't know too. Like, and I know it is out there a little bit that back then you were emceeing. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
How you
you,
know about that?
we're all doing the Nardwar thing.
Yeah.
We got to know that about you. You're DiBiase.
Yeah.
It's a few songs on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a few. Yeah.
If you guys can find them, post them in the chat.
Yeah, now everyone's scrambling to YouTube right
Yeah, they're
now.
all going.
Yeah.
Our numbers drop.
Were you rapping under the same name?
Nah, I had an alias Black Mantis.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
So YouTube Black Mantis.
But Black Mantis not on the internet though.
Oh,
So
okay.
but it's under the Lamaville album.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Lamaville, I got the instrumentals on the Bandcamp, but the actual album with raps is on YouTube. Somebody uploaded it.
Isn't that wild how like emceeing always ends up being like the path to beat? It seems like is the path to beat making. You know what I mean? Because you get into
Yeah.
emceeing, you're like, I need some beats, and then you know the inconsistency that you'll find trying to find beats or like the outrageous prices. You're like, fuck it, let me just figure out how to make a beat or two.
Yeah.
And then you also like you see how what I found is I think we talked about this in like previous shows. The community for making beats is so much more welcoming than MCs. Like MCs are always trying to covet and hide and like not sharing. But you meet producers and you'll meet bigger producers. They're like, you need drums or you need this or
Well, it wasn't always
No.
like that. Man,
well of course of course yeah.
I went to a few studios back in the day and they had an MPC 2000 and I thought the MPC had keyboard sounds in it because they were MIDIing the MP to a keyboard. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a synthesizer. I didn't know it could chop samples.
Mm.
So I asked them, both the studios I went to, can you chop records with this? And they both said no.
Oh,
So
shit.
for like 2-3 years, I thought the MPC was like only had keyboard sounds in it
Yeah.
only. Until I went to this one DJ's house that had an MPC and he had crates of records behind him and he had a record and he was sampling into the MP and I was like, oh shit. Oh, my bad, cussing. I
No,
didn't.
you can cuss. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Man, but yeah, I was like, oh snap, you can chop on this. This is what Primo was using.
Yeah.
Then that was around 97 and then eventually got the MPC after that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's one thing to gatekeep samples, but gatekeeping gear, that's wild.
Yeah, bro. They was on, he wanted to be the only one on the block with the MPC. So it's like I get it now, but yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Back in those days, because that like coincides with the whole getting misdirected at Guitar Center because cats
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know, they didn't know how to work shit or they didn't know what it did or all the capabilities or they were just trying to sell something. So it was like
Yeah. Try to upsell some shit.
yeah, and you
Sell you some used shit as new. Fucking this thing. Walked in there. They were like,
Sell you
yeah.
the beat thing. Sell the beat
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I've been
I
watching
wanted the
videos on.
MPC.
I've been
Yeah,
watching
man.
videos on that shit recently. That thing is crazy how bad it failed. And
Yeah,
it
man.
had
Primo
good
made
projections.
Gangstar. Primo made Gangstar beats on this beat thing, man. Come on, man.
Crazy.
I don't know, but out of all the gear though that you use, have you gotten your hands on one?
Nah. I was gonna try to get one, but the price was kind of outrageous at a Guitar Center. But I
Yeah, 'cause-
said 200. I'll pay 200 for it. But anything over that,
yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
If no one knows what he's talking about, it's that infamous video of
RZA.
RZA making
Yeah,
that
RZA
beat.
making that
That
beat.
sounds crazy as fuck. That's what he made it on. Yeah, man, that thing
What-
is crazy.
Bruh.
Wasn't there
Man.
another machine that came out around that time that was similar? I feel like it was put out by
Zoom, the
Yeah,
Zoom
maybe.
sample track.
Maybe it was that
I
one.
don't think it was them. I had the Zoom track. Zoom track wasn't bad. It was,
Yeah, that shit was grimy.
yeah, it was
You
real.
get dusty on that.
Yeah, there was one. I wish I could remember what it was, but it had some built-in sounds in it, and I feel like it was made like put out by at that time like by like a sample company or something like that. I got to think about what it is. I can picture what it looks like, but I can't remember at all what the piece of gear is.
You know, you mentioned
think-
like, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I think the beat thing, the company that made it was kind of linked to Zoom. I think.
I know there were some veterans that ended up getting together, and then they thought that they had the perfect recipe getting RZA on there. And apparently, like the backstory was, they wanted him to make something, but he wasn't fucking with the amount of money or some shit like that. They
Oh.
basically paid him for the appearance and not like the actual track. So he was like, I'm not giving away my secrets. I'm gonna make you what I make you, and that's it. So he makes what the fuck he made. Everyone is like, yo, this thing is a piece of shit based off of him. And then early
Oh, man.
production units got in people's hands, and the software was super laggy. So it
Yeah.
it tanked them after that. They had no good rep. RZA
That's
kind of fucked
crazy.
that up for them. It's terrible.
Damn, they should have shot. They should have shot me one of them joints, man.
He
It
said
probably
I would have
still
done
would've been
something.
around.
With it. Yeah,
You could-
definitely.
If anyone can revive it though, you'd be the one.
Yeah.
Get one out there. You're gonna
Oh,
drive the
man.
prices up on those things, man. if you can.
100%.
Man,
the
it's
Zoom
already
too.
up there. It's like a rack.
Yeah.
It's already a
Oh, it's
rack.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
no,
wild.
they're fucking expensive. You don't see, like, when you see people using them, they're not. It's more so for the novelty of it, not because it's like, yo, this is a dope ass
Dope,
machine to
yeah.
make
Yeah.
beats on. It's like, yo, I have one of these. They're not. There's not very many of them. So
Man. But anybody wanna, donate one to the cause for the culture? I'll take that off you, man.
There you go. You mentioned how like it had like a gritty sound, and that those 8-bit sounds, you know, and some of the work you've done with like video game style music and things like that is like a big part of, I feel like your like distinct sound that people know when they hear like one of your beats. They're like, okay, I know that's a DB beat. And you put out what was it? Was it Up the Joystick? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that was the first one, and then bonus levels, and then I have another. I think I have one more on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
I think it was hidden levels or some shit.
I think we all like, you know, when you're kind of coming up into, you know, that era that we all grew up in, most of us, except for Elena, like that was and Delvon. Delvon is actually 15, but Delvon's 15. He's here with a permission slip. But
this
Oh,
is actually
man.
glued on. I don't want you to know that. Yeah, this is Beijing. They got this new 3D printed Beijing shit. It's dope. It's off the chain.
that's a strategy. We're like, we got to
Oh,
hold
man.
you up somehow.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to this, like, what are some of your favorite video game soundtracks that, like, you know, you heard growing up and you were like, all right, this is some shit that I want to, like, eventually come back to and make a beat out of?
Oh man, the Mario Brothers, obviously. Mario Brothers 1, Mario Brothers 3, Zelda,
Mm-hmm.
Metroid. Um, man, there's like
Metroid's a
stuff in
classic.
Commando, Bionic Commando.
Yeah.
If we go to Sega, Shinobi is a good one.
I think
Throw them in the
Outrun.
chat, too. Streets of Rage, Contra, Shinobi.
be a little bit part
Ultra Beast.
Shinobi.
Ultra Beast. Ultra Beast has some crazy sounds. And then if you go to Super Nintendo, the Final Fantasy is a good one.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Pilot Wings, one of my favorite ones.
What are some of the worst? Could you think of one that just absolutely sucked? Akari Warriors comes to mind right out the gate for me. Then
Man,
again, I never slowed it down. I never pitched it down.
yeah, that was a fun game though, Akari
It was
Warriors.
a good game.
Uh,
Yeah.
Legend of Kage. I think it has some dope shit on it, but it's also ass. It's one of the most annoying things, but you end up enjoying it. It's like Stockholm syndrome. You end up enjoying it after a little bit. So
Man, I don't really got a worse. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I have a worse.
Bayou Billy was pretty bad.
Oh, that
yeah,
was a fun game. Bayou
That was a
Billy.
good game because you could switch to the
Yeah,
gun at one point, shoot that helicopter, and then back to the. It was like they
yeah.
actually you had to like switch shit out, which I thought was pretty cool.
you were what? I think you were 19 when that came out, right?
But my mind was older.
Oh man.
Perfect. So I was going to ask you another question here, and I just blanked out. Oh, so your early inspirations, like when you're diving into music early on. I know you've mentioned that like NWA and like Tribe Called Quest, EPMD are some of your influences. But what are some of your like unexpected ones? Like, what are some of the ones that you haven't mentioned? Like maybe from another genre or something just completely different that kind of shaped your sound. Like for me, Anita
Mm.
Baker was something that was huge for me. Like it comes up time and time
Oh
again.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so my mom, she used to listen to a lot of Stephanie Mills, stuff like that, around the house. And it's like I be trying to flip that to this day still. And Anita Baker's another
Mm,
one. And then my grandfather used to a lot of Duke Ellington,
mm.
a lot of that jazz. And then what else? Sherelle, Alexander O'Neal, some of that stuff. A lot of 80s stuff.
Yeah, like Depeche Mode was another one for me that I liked a lot. The Cure.
Did
Uh,
anybody get into David Bowie?
Oh yeah.
not for sit,
Nah,
not for.
but I remember Saturday mornings after the cartoons, they would have the music videos and stuff like Tears for Fears,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff resonated a lot. Eurythmics,
Mm-hmm.
all that. So some of that's a part of it, you know. Even some Culture Club.
Yeah.
My cousin used to have some of those records, so like I flipped some of that before.
It's cool too, how that's kind of like has like a whole push right now where people are sort of diving back into those more unexpected hits from like the 80s and 90s, and then giving them a whole new. Delvon, I've heard you have a few of those that you busted out with at the last live event that we did. That was really cool, like R&B shit like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I,
love
I
that.
Yeah.
love some R&B shit.
Yeah.
They used
Yeah.
to clown that's what they used to clown us back in early 90s at Project Blow when I would flip the 80s stuff. They used
Mm-hmm.
to try to clown me saying, "Oh, you making Casio beats and all that kind of
Casio
stuff."
beats.
So I had to put those beats in the tuck until they caught on, but because they was like trying to clown that, and they was like they had like a certain rule. Oh, that's too new to be flipping. You can't
Yeah.
flip 90s R&B. You can't flip that 80s stuff because the drums got the reverb on it. I'm like, they wanted that super underground, like the
Grimier
Project
sound.
Blow sound.
The eclectic.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you
like
think
some mumbles, like a Book of Human Language,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of sound, and all the nonce.
the Bohemian Nonce is a good example? I'm a big fan of the Nonce. They was a real dope group. Do you being a part of that scene and being able to like reference that and that you were there, uh, not just how it like encouraged your sound, but being that you were like I guess ahead of the curve creating electronic music that was way more electronic and then like more present than Cass was ready for. How is it affecting your sound now and your
Oh
progression?
man, oh man. Now it's not as many restrictions on the beats because at Project Blow, Good Life, you have to cater it more to the rappers, and even some of the rappers they would rap over drum and bass beats. So,
Mm-hmm.
but like now I'll dabble into the up tempo footwork, some house, and it's like yeah, it's really not no limitations and what you can with the genres you can bounce into now. So
I feel like a lot of the new music that's coming out is kind of like house mixed with like vocal samples. A lot of people are sampling people like doing rhymes and just like random stuff that they find on like TikTok and stuff. And it's a
yeah,
lot of those that are coming out like big producers, like producers that are like in UK and they're doing a bunch of like house music. And it's such a weird mix, but it's actually working out for everyone.
yeah, nah, it's cool. Like just going to dancer events kind of made me dabble into the up tempo stuff,
Mm.
like a lot of freestyle dancing events, and that would make me make more house beats, seeing how they would dance to that more
Yeah.
so than how people would rap to it.
It's because they was
So,
having fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
When you look back, because like when I was younger here in Chicago, like the the house music was always, or dance music was always, you know, big, and it was on the scene. And you know, you go to a party, you might hear one rap record, but it'd be a popular one. But like they play the juke music and the house music all night
oh
long.
man,
But
woo,
people are having fun with that shit, and
yeah, they was.
I think that because like my buddy, you know, that I used to produce with, he's from South Central, and we had a little symbiotic thing where his shit was influenced by West Coast boogie, so like Patrice Rusher,
Ah,
you know,
yep,
Melba Moore, shit like that, and then
exactly.
I'm
That's what
coming,
I grew up on.
yeah, so I'm coming from the other perspective of like, you know, the Mr. Fingers and like this house music shit that was like a lot faster and a lot more, but I'm such a calm
Yeah.
person to making it and shit. But I was
No, but you could combine that Patrice Russian with the footwork now, which is crazy. All that the tech life stuff,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that man.
I was
The
peeping that. That's
DJ
why
Spin.
that's why I was asking, like, you know, about you being ahead of the curve, because you know, challenging yourself and, you know, with the chopping of the records, but also, you know, using sounds from all types of random sources, and like now with it being so free, and then everybody's creating something, you know, kind of unique. Whereas the hip hop sound we had in the '90s that we grew up with and covet still, it's like
Yeah,
it almost. Like, do you ever feel like it's like a been there, done that?
man. I still like to make that though, man. It, it it just depends in what mood I'm in. Like sometimes it's like I'll be in a vintage mode. Sometimes I'll be in that grimy mode, but I'm not gonna totally abandon that sound. So it's like I enjoy listening to it still. I enjoy making it. When it's not fun anymore,
I
Yeah,
then
kind
I'll
of see
probably
that you're
stop.
like really adaptive. Like every time you're like at a different event, because you've done like big events, and then sometimes I see you like there's like a small table and a bunch of like people, and people are just having like food and stuff, and you kind of adapt to the people who are playing. Like if there's a bunch of beat makers, your
Uh-huh.
style always you kind of like have this way of like just matching everyone else's style. You can do a little bit of everything, which is really cool. And like maybe that's where my question would be from. I always wanted to ask you, how do you manage? Because you're probably busy with everything, but you always find time to like see those little events. Like you go and like, spend time with everyone. And
Oh
it
yeah.
kind of feels like everyone knows you, personally for somehow. And it's kind
Oh
of cool
man.
to see.
It's tough. So I host a weekly event out here in Sacramento. So it wasn't too many events out here before the pandemic started. Like we would have like shows period because I moved out here from LA in 2010. So from 2010 to 2019, like shows was like sporadic for producers at least. They would have stuff for DJs and even dancers and rappers, of course, open mics, but nothing consistent for producers. So I started doing the flip session at this one music store that I will buy my pocket operators from. It was like my secret location spot because guitar didn't have them. So World of Stereo was my secret location, and I just was. I would go there often and get equipment. So I was like, man, I should do something here. And then eventually they let me do a flip sessions, and then my boy Monsrock, he started doing Flip a Beat Club at 12's Wax, and it was like week to week, like the following week, Flip a Beat Club, and then we had like two consistent things going on. This was like around 2021 when we started that. So Flip a Beat Club going on 4 years now
Yeah.
in November. So yeah, so it was like we had to just be consistent with that and just given a platform, and then we just started finding more producers that was in the area, and then yeah, it's a lot of activity now.
So
Yeah.
do you enjoy more doing it like live, meeting everyone, or do you enjoy doing your live streams? Like what's more?
Oh, you got to do both. Like both of them are cool because the live streams you get to connect with people that's in Japan, overseas, and like that's how I connected with like Jazzy Sport back in the day. Like I used to be on AOL, AIM chat, and just building with cats like that. So
Yeah.
the online live stream definitely helps and helps you connect with people, and then when you eventually go out there, it's like you got a community of folks you already know, and then the in-person thing, that's fun as well because a lot of times you see your regulars, but you'll see some new people that surprise you, and then you get them into the fold, and then it's like it's a cool thing to see. And then it almost reminds me of going to Low End Theory every Wednesday. It
Yeah.
was like church every Wednesday. So now with this new thing we do every Wednesday, it's like a lot of people kind of got that feeling of like
Yeah,
going to church every week for production and testing out what they made that week, and it's cool. It's inspiring.
I was going to ask you. You brought up Low End Theory. Do you have a favorite memory from that?
Oh man. Whew. Well, I think in 2010 when I did the album release for Machines Hate Me, that one was a cool one. I had brought my homies that dance, and they was on stage, and it was a cool night. And later that night, the homie Elvin DJ Nobody, he was like, "Hey man, your mom, she came in here. She did." I was like, "What? My mom was here?"
That's awesome.
It's like I was like, "Damn, you should have had her hop on stage." So
Yeah.
so the next day she said her ears were stopped up from the bass and all that. But that was a cool one. And
That's dope.
then shit, it's endless nights, man. There's beat invitationals where Fly Low, me, Sam I Am, Musina. Oh, it was a stacked lineup that night.
I heard
Rashi,
I heard Prince actually rolled in there one night. Is there any truth to that?
yeah,
Yeah.
he did. So he has a DJ Rashida. He had different DJs that he would roll with, but DJ Rashida, she's like a OG in LA, and she used to go to Sketchbook and all that. So she was down with the beat community, and she used to DJ at Firecracker and all that. So I think she might have brought him through to
That's crazy.
Low
That's
End Theory.
insane.
And
That's
Was it
so
no,
wild.
was it nobody that told that story?
Yeah, we
'Cause
had
he was
nobody
he,
on our first season. Yeah.
speaking of Nobody, DJ Nobody was the first beat tape I ever got at
Oh
Good
shit.
Life in 1994. So prior to that, we were getting instrumental tapes from buying singles, the maxi cassette singles with the acapella instrumental of stuff that's already out. But I remember buying the instrumental beat tape from Nobody in the parking lot of Good Life. And that was like the first instrumental album I bought. And then I was like, wow, Cats is putting out full instrumental tapes. So two I say like a few years later that gave me the idea to start doing that.
You know, I'm glad you. So this kind of goes right into one of the questions that we had from one of our Patreons. It's Vernon Jeffries. He was asking, how do you market yourself as an instrumental artist? That's one of the questions he had for you.
Oh man, it's you just it's a big market now, but like in the 90s, it was kind of tough. But I would just have a boombox with me, and I'd be playing the beat CDs and starting a cipher with that, and then cats would be like inquiring what the CD was, and I was like, oh yes, this beat tape I was selling. Then they would cop it from me, and I'll probably have like 50 of them on me. And then that's how I was marketing it back then. But like now it's way easier with the content videos and
Mm-hmm.
beat sets and all that good stuff. And then yeah, you just it's like a beat set pretty much. You just got to tell a story with the instrumentals. But there were some people doing it in the early 90s, like the DJ Shadows,
Mm-hmm.
LP, um Dan the Automator
Yeah.
for Dr. Octagon. He had the instrumental version of that album. So they were kind of doing it sporadically, but then 2000s, that's when it started being more prominent.
Mm-hmm.
And
'Cause I
then
think Pete Rock
beat
was,
battles started happening as well.
I think Pete Rock was one of the first ones that was on a big platform that did that with the Pete instrumentals. Yeah.
The beat generation.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. And then after that, I think it became more standard practice. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. People didn't look at you sideways for doing that afterward. You know what I mean? I think he kind of normalized it.
Yeah, like obviously where there were the Shadow, DJ Shadow, stuff
Yeah,
like that, where
yeah.
that was their lane. But for someone like Pete Rock, who was only known for doing beats for MCs, like
Right.
to see, oh, they could
Yeah.
step out and shine.
Right. That's more so what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you got a dude that was making actual records. You know, he collaborated with people. Yeah, High Tech. I've been listening to High Tech lately like crazy. But yeah, High Tech is another real good example too. That high technology.
Yeah, they can hold their own without
Yeah.
an MC. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it's cool hearing you say some of these names like, you know, the Good Life and stuff like, you know, talking about because it gets into like Project Blowed and this, that, and the other thing. Like, this is, you know, I'm out here in Phoenix, you know, Phoenix AZ, and like our whole hip hop scene coming up here. I'm 45, so like I came up in that era, like when we were trying to get out of the house and start touring and shit. We were looking into the first people we started like, you know, messaging to get on tours was like the Visionaries and, you know, Tumex and
Yeah,
Individual and all
2Max,
these,
yeah.
yeah. And those are like, you know, pretty much our cousins. You know what I mean? Like that's like Phoenix's cousins. Those are like the OG cousins that knew the way, that kind of like paved the road for us. So a lot of us would connect with their tours and go around. And I would meet all these amazing producers, like, you know, from like Paris Sax, who produced like cuts for Bus Driver and like just a bunch of
Oh
people on the
wow.
road. You know, like Life Rexall. Life Rexall
Yep,
produced one of
that's the
the
homie Rex.
Dude,
Yep.
he's amazing. You know, Shapeshifters. Life Rexall produced one of my cuts that I did with Elemento on my LP I put out back in 2005. But when I reconnected with Life Rexall, using him as an example, it was wild because I had taken a long break from music. You know, I stopped touring, I stopped doing everything. I just kind of focused on, you know, being a dad, this anything. As I come back into it, just from the beat angle, because I always made beats, I had a conversation with Life Rexall about it's wild how there's so many producers now that never took that old school path, and it's not to take anything away from it, but they kind of came into it in the more online accessible way or through beat challenges or, you know, things like Flipper
Yeah.
Beat Club. And do you notice that divide, or do you ever get into conversations about that or look at that where there's like this weird duality between, I don't want to call him like a bedroom producer. I'm a bedroom producer because I'm not out there performing, you
Yeah.
know, instrumentals, but and then like working musicians who have like lived the life of like traveling on the road for months at a time. Like, do you see that kind of like
Yeah.
emerging?
Yeah, but I try not to entertain it. Like I embrace it all.
Yeah.
Like you got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have the technology, so you can't fault them
True.
for having the accessibility to be able to cook up beats on Koala.
Yeah.
if I had that in the '90s, I for sure wouldn't had a NPC
Yeah.
or asking questions about it for three
Yeah.
years. I just would have started cooking and got with the. But yeah, man. But yeah, it was more hoops to hop through
Mm.
to just to get respect pretty much because the back in the day the producers was really in the background
Yeah.
a lot of times, and it was just the rapper and the DJ and the producer. He in the cut the whole time,
Yeah.
but naturally a lot of producers is low key by nature.
Yeah.
But it's like now with the beat sets you can't really be low key like that because you do your own tours now.
Mm.
And then it's like if you want to rap, you can if you want to, or you can have somebody rhyming if you want to.
Yeah.
It's like the choice is yours now.
It's a lot. It's a lot less gatekeeping for everything. So having access and having your own relationships, because it's it's cats that have an Instagram page and they can tour the world. One of the cats that like come to mind. Well, he's a rapper. Is Marlon Craft. Like
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
word.
Marlon is dope as hell. He started rapping, just doing videos on his Instagram or YouTube, one or the other. But he started in year one, and then in year two he started doing a couple of shows. And I want to say like a year and a half after that he started touring.
Mm.
So like in a 3 year
Damn.
trajectory, he was on tour, and within 2.5 years, 2 years to 2.5 years, he was in Phoenix rapping, where we met him and like did introductions and stuff. And it's like we were sitting back talking about it, like, and it was me and Mega Ran were talking about it. Uh,
Oh man, shout out to Mega Ran. I got a story about him too.
yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
We were talking about, he's like, and he pointed out, that's hip hop. That's the where hip hop is now, where you can dream it, do it, and then not be too far from living it. Like
yeah,
this dude was rapping in his room, and he was a teenager. So like,
yeah,
to even add more, injury to insult, like, he's rapping, and then a year and a half later, he's on a small tour, just doing small rooms, and then the next year he's doing 500 people rooms, and that's a big step to go
that's
from.
how it goes. You
Mm.
gotta go through. You got it doesn't happen instantly. So some people get confused thinking you're doing them numbers out the gate. Sometimes you're gonna have to perform in an empty room, and you just gotta treat it like practice.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because by the time you're in a large room, it's like you already
You put the work in. You're all right.
technically
Yeah.
sharp. You
Yep. You
got your
got it.
reps in.
Yep.
So it's so good to
Eh,
hear you say that too, because I feel like a lot of people will benefit from hearing you say, like, if you had the same tools that are available now back then, you know, you would have like beelined it straight for, getting creative as opposed to trying to figure out the 303 or the 404. That's like, that's super valuable to hear. That's awesome. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's but I embrace it all. But
Hmm.
at one point I didn't mess with software, man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna just use drum machines and that's it. Like I'm not trying to mess with software. It's not analog. And then after a while, I had to get out of that. And then I tried Reason. Once I tried Reason, it was like, bruh, I was missing out. And then I just combined both like Voltron, and then it was a wrap after that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't adventurous with learning every single thing
I feel you on
back in the
that.
day.
Yeah. I feel like I'm incapable of learning everything.
Nah, I was thinking that too. I didn't even know how to upload music on
Yeah.
MySpace at one in '05.
Yeah.
So it's like it's possible, man.
Yeah.
Like if I could do it, cause I was in bad shape back then.
I got a
So
question for you. So you were speaking about gear. You and your cousin just dropped a new tape. that just came out. I listened to it
My
earlier.
nephew, my nephew.
Nephew, my bad, my bad.
All good.
I ended up listening to that earlier when I drove into town. It was dope. Question that I had though, how
Uh-huh.
did you both decide what gear you were gonna use making it? Because I know, like, obviously you know damn near everything in the book as far as your vast knowledge and usage of different equipment. How did y'all decide on what you were gonna use for the project?
So I used this five the RC 505 looper.
Yeah,
Like Ski Beats had gave it to me a while ago, and I made like maybe like 20, 30 beats on it. And I was like, low key, he probably would get more use out of it because he plays the keys and all that. So I
right.
was like, man, you should use this, man. So I dropped it off to him, and he had it sitting for a while, and then he finally like messed with it, and then it started making sense to him. And then he started cooking up on it and liked it. And then I was like, man, I was thinking about making that a 505 beat tape, but we should just do a combo tape. Since you got some beats on there, I got some beats. And then with the 505 looper, when you plug it up to the computer, it has the different loops like isolated. So he
Yeah,
exported the loops and put it in Ableton and structured it all. And some of the samples he might have swapped out and put some keyboards on some of my drums and vice versa. And then that's how that came about. And then I told him to hit my mom up for an interlude, and then he hit his mom up for an interlude. And then the intro, I used to record him when he was a baby. Just he walk in the room, and I had the microphone when I used to rhyme, so he would just hop on the mic, and I press record, and that
That's dope.
he
that's
was
super.
singing "Happy
He's adding
Birthday" that day.
context. He's adding context to what I listened to earlier. That's super dope. If anyone is curious, that dude makes beat videos on YouTube. They're dope as fuck. That was the first time that I had seen someone actually explain the process of how to make something on that machine. Because before then, I would see demo videos, but it would more so be them just showing like functionality and not really,
Yeah,
communicating it. Man, that was dope. I appreciate that. But
yeah.
if
So
anyone is curious, man, check out YouTube for Low Key's videos. It's so dope. He shows like the process of it. He explains the gear and then he puts it into action and makes something. It's fucking sick.
yeah, he started out early. So the crazy thing, he would be like he was probably like 2 years old. Like man, I had the MPC. He would tap on the pads. Sometimes Raj G would be at the house.
That's dope.
Lilo would be at the house, and
Rest in peace, Ross.
yeah, man. Yeah, rest in peace, man. But yeah, but he was around all of them, and now he got like the how-to videos
Yeah.
of them cats, which is crazy, man.
That leads directly into a question from the cat that pulled the sample for this week's challenge or this month's challenge, Jago.
West Jago.
Yeah, he wanted to ask, when do you plan a Europe tour with Ross, Fresco, and Low Key?
Whew, that's a good question. I never been to Europe out of all the places ever, and low key got to get a passport. Um, I don't know with Raz. Like I want to. I would be down for that. We'll probably have another album by that time too.
All right, booking agents, get your shit together. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Like man,
So
You have
yeah.
like an incredible amount of fans in Austria region, kind of like where the
What?
Jago is from. Yeah, they're like insanely, big fans of yours.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm.
I'm trying to get out there. I I'll be down for
There's not too
sure.
many. There's not too many producers that in Europe we talk about and we are aware of. And then when your name comes up, it's always like, oh yeah, yeah, we know him. So it's like it's kind of cool.
You just got to be careful if you go out there. There's a lot of radiation, so you need to make sure you dodge that shit. You gonna turn into a Fallout mutant. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
You gotta be
man.
careful, yo.
Be me. I'll be Meteor Man. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Robert Townsend. Oh man.
So what's
Oh,
your
man.
what's your go-to piece of gear? Because you obviously you use just about everything. If you can only choose one, what is it?
Oh man, that's an impossible question now. Back in the day, I would have just said the NPC, but
Mm-hmm.
now it's just the flavor of the week, man.
Yeah.
But the current, I'll give you three. The current three is the KO2 right now. Uh, the OPXY is fun, and Ableton Move.
Okay.
I have a question to add on to that. Do you have a piece of gear that you hated that you now enjoy a lot? Like something that maybe you didn't fuck with the workflow of it, but you ended up using it. Maybe you came back to it years later or something like that, decided to try it again, and you're like, yo, this shit clicked with me.
I wouldn't say I hated it, but I didn't like the Lo-Fi 12, the original one's workflow until they added resampling, and then I figured out how to get it to swing, and I love the sound on it.
Is that the
But
gray one or the square?
it's the gray one,
The gray
but
one. Okay.
it's the one before the little small square one
Okay.
came out.
That's the one that
But
you got, RTC, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
Yeah.
used it for like a week and I had to put it away.
Yeah, I think he
No,
does
but
like tax calculations on it now. He don't even fucking make music with it. He does some other shit with it now.
I figured a workaround though, you could MIDI it to Koala since Koala got the MIDI implement, so you can sequence with Koala and get the sound processing of the lo-fi. So I always find a workaround now. So it's yeah, but I'm trying to think of a drum machine that I hated. Oh, I know a drum machine I hated. My very first drum machine, the Dr. Rhythm,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
dude.
Boss
Oh,
Dr. Rhythm.
God.
I got that
No,
shit from a pawn shop. I couldn't turn the quantize off.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Our crew, that was the first thing we had our hands on. We actually had two of them because we became experts in that thing. And like, like we, yeah, we it had its limitations, of course, but yeah, that brings back memories for me.
I figured out how to get it to swing. I had the 8-second sampler, and I would just I would do the I would just record live. So I'll do the hi hats like live, or I would record the hi hats and then I would record the kick and snare like live into the 8-second sampler and loop that. So we get the kind of a live feel, or I would do the hi hats
You
like
didn't have
in
the
real time.
202. You didn't have the 202 to go along with it.
Nah,
No, yeah.
nah.
I always
The
wanted that. I
crazy
was like, I
thing
want.
I recently got this.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Oh shit.
There it is.
I saw this at the pawn shop, but I should have got this joint. But that drum machine you could turn the quantize off, and the drums actually sound good on it, and it has bass lines in it.
Hmm.
But that Dr. Rhythm, the drums sound too thin, and it was man, I don't even know how I made beats that
You know,
long with it.
you know what it sounded like to me in revisiting it? It sounded like because my pops is a musician. It sounds like something that one of his friends would have, and he'd be like, "Hey, youngster, come check this shit out," you know, and he'll start playing this shit and like play keys on top of it. Like, no, that's not it. Like,
Yeah, man, I just made this jingle on this, man.
yeah, right.
Oh man,
I hated
yeah,
that.
that it was. Then I got the Elise's HR16. It looked like a typewriter. That drum is a great drum machine. I heard Primo used it. Like he used to MIDI it to the S950 before he actually got the MP60. But
The only problem
yeah,
with
I
that
used
is
to
it.
get a lot of drum machines from pawn shops in the '90s, so it was
Yeah.
cool,
It was
man.
normal to see them around
Yeah,
like that.
getting dirt cheap.
Nowadays, that shit is very rarely happening.
Yeah.
I would say up until about 2007, 2000, maybe 2009, because I bought some techniques, two of them, for $110.
Woo.
That's insane. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it is. But it was regular. You would find all types of dumbass drum machines in there, like, just
Yeah. Now
stacked.
they are.
Bree, I'm not letting that slide. The only reason you got that shit for that price is because you threw a shicey on. You went in there, you fucking did your thing, and then you walked out with a switch. I'm not dumb. I know what's going
Oh
down.
man, you did the block spin.
Yes, exactly.
I thought you were going to say because of inflation and hit him with like an age joke or something.
No, not at all.
Oh,
I know he's
man.
kind of dressed like CJ from San Andreas, but it's
Oh,
not the
man.
same thing.
Why do you want to make me a criminal?
Because you
Man.
fucking look like one.
I got a fun fact. CJ from GTA, that's like one of the homies. Solo, he used to
Yeah.
rap with Cam.
That's
That was down
fucking
with the
crazy.
Lynch Mob, but he used to
Oh,
hoop. They used to hoop at the elementary school down the street from the house. So
That's
yeah,
some
man,
shit.
I grew up with them. But
You make
yeah,
him do that basketball shit. Shit, here we go again. You make him do that.
Oh no, I haven't seen him in I haven't seen him in a while, man. But yeah, that was a trip though, cause he used to be. I guess I got into it with Ice Cube back
Oh,
in the
Oh
day.
shit.
So,
can't bite the hand that feeds you.
but they squashed it years ago, so they all good now. But
Was Cam in Caution? No, not Cam.
nah,
Was the other dude in Caution? The other dude.
oh, Gonzo or something.
He-
His name was Gonzo. He got killed not too long ago.
Damn.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
One of the dudes from Caution.
They just came up. As a matter of fact, came up today, and I was like, damn, I haven't heard this song in probably 20 years and shit.
You was spinning the
Yeah.
block listening to goddamn Caution. You're not making your case any better, yo. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, man, that first single was pretty good. I used to listen to a lot of that, man. Above the Law, all of that, man.
Hey,
So
low key, man. 187.
Code 187, word.
Man, him and Hutch, man, them dudes. I think I would put them at the top of the food chain for creating a West Coast sound and a diversity of the sound, because they was doing some bomb squad shit before
Yeah.
anybody else was, and then you had DJ Quick come out with his.
You had Sir Jinx though and DJ Pooh though before them or near that time.
Yeah. But I would put Hutch there, man. The way his chops though, they were different from Jinx, because Jinx chops were like linear more, you know.
That's true.
But like,
Yeah, I got to revisit Above the Law again. But yeah, that what was that? Living Like a Hustler? Was that the first album?
yeah,
Then
living.
Black Superman. Yeah, man.
That's it's classic shit.
Yeah, my pops had the restaurant. So he had a restaurant back in the 80s, and I don't know if you had this detail, but he had a restaurant and had the jukebox in the restaurant. It was a cafe, and he would get 45s from like Easy E, Above the Law, and all that. I was like in elementary school, but it was all autographed by them. Ice
That's
Cube,
crazy.
all of that. I wish I kept all of that, man.
Shit, it would be worth a fortune now.
I was gonna say, where is that? Where is that now?
Man, I know, man. I don't know what he did with the 45s that was in the jukebox. Like, that's crazy. He probably
Yeah.
sold it all with the restaurant when he.
And didn't look back.
Yeah. Now it's
Yeah,
next
man.
to the DR5 at the bar.
Oh man.
Damn it. All right. Well, let's dive into some more questions, but let's start playing some of these beats. We
Show.
we figured we usually play them in sections of 5. We'll play, a block of 5 and then kind of like touch on the ones that stand out to us. Because of the amount, this time we're going to do blocks of 10. So we'll do 10, 10, and 10, and then we'll kind of come out and chat about them a little bit. But before we do that, huge shout out to one of our patrons who's producing the show, RC Peters. You can catch him at RC_Peters_beats. He's subscribed to the channel or at our Patreon at a ridiculous level. So thank you for doing that. We definitely appreciate that. It's keeping the lights on. And exactly. And before we dive in, though, this is episode 3, season 5, and the sample was pulled by Jago. This is like, is it Jan or Jan Hammer?
Jan.
Jan Hammer.
Jan.
The first 7 days. Cool record. I mean, it was like piano heavy, and in the back half of it had like this whole synth sort of eruption in it. So it's kind of cool to hear how people mess with that. What did you guys think of the sample?
I struggled.
Yeah.
It took me a few tries to get what I got. And I wasn't 100% with what I had. But it was a great sample. Like the pull was great. For some reason, I just couldn't do what I wanted to do with it.
Yeah, it required a little bit of work, but because I was listening to it, and as always with all of them, I'm really trying to find a space where it's not going to be repetitive, because other cats are going to use that sound. Yeah. So, but I think I found a space where if anybody else used it, they used it differently, but I don't think anybody used the part that I use. So it worked out real good.
I thought as soon as I played it, I had 3 or 4 ideas immediately. Hectic. That's a good word for it. That is hectic as fuck. But yeah, I had a few ideas for it, and then I just settled on 2, and I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah. The same for me. It was that first part. I'm like, as soon as I heard the first part, the second half didn't speak to me too much with like the driving synth and everything like that on this one. So I just went with the first half as well. And I heard varying degrees of people's response from the community, but everyone seemed to like it more than Soy's Reels pull. Shout out to Soy. That was a hard sample that he had. But we got him back because he just recently hit his 5K subs on his YouTube, and I was in there in the chat and threw out Scatman as a record for him. He was like, throw me something that's unsampleable. And I'm all Scatman, dude. And he did it. And it was a fucking amazing song. I don't know how he pulls that shit off. He's amazing. So as always, if you guys want to check out our Patreon, you can. Everything's free that we do. But if you want to go the extra mile, we do have sample packs and exclusive merch and other items, early release stuff over at patreon.com/the Beatcast. Everything is at thebeatcast.com. You can follow us at the Beatcast on Instagram. And without further ado, actually a little bit of ado, because there's this. Oh, and we just got to mute our mics during this part.
Yo, Al, I don't mean to do this unless I'm tripping. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, there's no audio.
There's no audio?
No audio. It's dead silent.
All right, let's figure this out.
Did you mute the beat too?
Did I? Oh, shit.
I switched over to off feed as well, and nothing. It's dead silent.
Okay, let me see. Let me see why. Hold on, let me go back.
So DB, how you feeling today, man? How you doing? How you doing mentally? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I can't complain.
That's good.
But I just gotta get prepared for
that trip's gonna
man.
be insane. Yeah.
So
feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I figure this out.
This beat is amazing. I've never heard anything so wild before. This is like that part in Pootie Tang where they, it's just dead silent and everyone's freaking out and shit. Pootie done did it again. That's what's going on right now.
No, he did like the visuals that are very like, zen and meditative. Yeah. And the sound is awesome as well.
Yeah, DB, are you into anything like creative? Like, do you do anything else? Do you paint, sculpt, knit? Like,
man, I hope still. I don't draw like that
Are
anymore.
you a Sacramento fan? Kings fan?
I'm a Chicago Bulls fan
Oh,
still.
Hey,
okay.
you see what they did to the Fakers the other night?
Oh, I ain't saying nothing. They were making they were making excuses though, talking about they played 6 games in a row. I'm like, y'all
That's
got 2 Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? We don't have 2 Hall of Famers on the team, so
That is very true.
hey that new guy. I don't even know his name. I want to say a European guy. Yo, that dude was kicking ass. He had a real coming out party.
Who is
Some
it?
who? Oh, Giddy?
yeah, not Giddy, the other guy. It's another guy. Uh,
Oh yeah, Matas. Yeah,
Yeah,
Matas.
yes.
yeah, dude is
Yeah, the
nice as fuck.
rookie. Yeah, you're a
Is it
rookie. Yeah,
is it the Buzelis guy or no?
yeah,
Is
yep,
Yeah,
I think yeah.
He's a Lithuanian.
yeah.
He's from where
yeah.
I'm from.
Can you
Oh,
hear that?
Wow.
look at that.
It's dead silent, yo. Like
Really?
not a noise,
It's the
nothing.
same part of the sample I used.
Dang. So you
Is
from
it the beat?
Lithuania? That's crazy. The OG Lithuanian hoops that I knew about was Sarunas
Sabonis?
Marcelonis
Oh,
Oh
no,
man,
Sabonis.
on the
yeah,
Yeah,
Warriors.
yeah,
definitely. Well, Sabonis as well, right? And his kid is now playing for the Kings.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sabonis used
Yep.
to play for Portland.
Arvidas
Yeah.
Sabonis. Yeah.
yeah,
And he was rough, dude. Smoking cigarettes at halftime.
yeah. Crazy,
Right. He was like
crazy.
he was like damn near almost 40 as a rookie.
Yeah.
So all his good years was because I heard he used to be jumping out the roof when he
Yeah.
was younger.
Dude, it's that. Yo, Al, you want to go to the next one just to check, just to make sure it ain't the video? Dead silent.
Everyone's
This
sampling the
is
same piece.
crazy.
So you going through OBS?
No. So this other system. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you.
Yeah, this is this other system called EV Mux, but this has not happened before, so I don't know how. I haven't troubleshot this. I haven't had this audio not play.
Well, it sounds like you're not feeding the desktop audio back in because usually I would get that echo back with offstage feeds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
what
that's
I was
not
going to say. The
happening.
same thing. It's not happening at all. Because even when she was playing the video, when we did the rewind, before it started playing, we would still hear feedback, even though the video itself wasn't making anything. There's no
okay.
feedback at all right now. Like it doesn't matter if I have off feed on or off. There's no feedback, none.
Interesting. Oh, I know why.
The RCA's. Yeah, you got to unplug the RCA's.
No, it's not RCA's, but
You got to reboot your modem.
You got it on channel 4. It needs to be on channel 3.
leave
See,
me alone. Here's what I got to do.
Got to
Go ahead
see
and
this
out the window.
that computer tech stuff I was talking about, man.
Yeah,
Indeed.
man.
It's way more complicated than uploading to MySpace.
Yeah.
He said, "Shake it, yo, shake the shit. It'll be all
Shake
right."
the computer. Hit
Yeah,
the,
you ain't
hit
Jeff.
the TV screen.
He said, "You gotta slap it. You gotta do it harder than that."
We gotta share the audio, but capture the. So we gotta go screen share. You know what I'm talking
Hey, don't start barking. I'm Michael Vick your ass.
Oh man.
about? Wow.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Is your dog under the bed, the one?
No, he's in the
In a
living room.
cage?
I don't
In
know.
a
Yeah,
cage under the bed?
exactly.
Isn't that a puppy? Isn't it only like 2 months old now?
He
You're
is 4
threatening
months
his
old.
life.
He is 4 months. Yeah.
Oh, I know
He
what
needs
it
to
is.
know.
So I gotta say, oh, okay.
Devon just
Got it.
back there poking them with black and miles. You want to bark? You want to bark? I'm making beats.
All right, we got the echo, so it's good.
Okay, everybody. Sorry about
Man, Peter is in the chat.
that. PETA has entered the chat. All right, here we go. Thanks for all of your help. Here we go.
Press rewind.
Baby mind clink, what was he thinking on my corner? Baby mind clink, what was he thinking on my corner when it's baby time? Dug him, you owe me cousin something. We go a little something like this. We go a little something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Something like this.
Yeah, man.
First round.
That last one, that Arnhem samples,
Yeah.
I like that. I liked it a lot, but I didn't hear the sample in it, like the sample from this week. Did you?
Yeah, the synth heavy part was in the beginning there.
Was it? Oh, was it on the front?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it might have been layered a bit. in
I'm
there
getting-
as well towards the end.
I'm getting doubles.
What?
Gotta turn the off feed off. Remember
Yeah. Listen, off stage feeds. You gotta turn that off.
the way your glasses are down.
He
When you
has
do
the
that
glass.
shit makes this.
You're a gecko.
Please clip this.
I
This
thought he
is
was gonna be
amazing.
clowning someone. That's why he was
Same. I thought he was making fun of somebody, and then he did that shit.
I thought he was about to go into a hill of beans.
Yeah,
I'm in a hill of beans.
we bringing that back around again.
No, but that shit was dope though with the Nirvana. But
Yeah.
up front,
It be your own.
huh?
It be your own.
It does. It really does. Second VR was up front. Sorry about that. I didn't share the audio with the screen share, but by now that's probably been edited out of the replay. So you don't even know what I'm talking about.
You know what's good about mistakes like that? They won't happen again.
That's true. They'll
Learn
never,
from them.
ever.
Damn, that was menacing. He's
Yeah.
gonna give you a beating after this.
I think that was
Bree
my
told you.
dad voice coming out.
Yeah.
Bree told you
Ow.
this would be your own.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Disappointed. Yeah. I'm used to it. That shit was super mellow. Second VR, really dug that. Very
Yeah,
serene.
nice laid back.
Yeah, it's like a palate cleanser to begin the evening. Really dope. Then we had Threat Neek.
Dude.
Always dope. The space bass lines, man. The bass line on that was dope as hell.
Yeah. It had like that 96 golden era vibe to it. I really like that cat. All the way from Australia, from Sydney, I believe. I could be making that up.
Australia.
Dreadneek, he has the crazy instrumentation.
Yeah. And then Special Agent Merch.
Man. Another mean ass one right there.
Super funky drums that he had on that.
With
It's
that
funny.
groove he had
That
going
shit
with
was
it.
hard. That shit was hard as hell. I like that one a lot.
He he said, yeah, in the chat, he was like, we're moving through them tonight. And it's like, yeah, we have so many submissions. We're just going in blocks of 10. So if you missed that part, we're going in chunks of 10, just making notes as we go with things that stand out. Zilla, really dope. Zilla's always consistent.
Every time. Every time.
Yeah. He, somebody else got to the change up in their beat. It was one of the new cats, like faster than, I think.
Funky Notes.
Yeah, Funky Notes. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
I like he had one of the flip sessions not too long ago. Crazy.
really
And I
dope.
like that drum and bass transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zilla, sometimes he'll, when it comes to Zilla's change-ups, they'll come at like a minute and 30 or something. And it's like, we
Yeah.
got to keep them at 59, especially on these, like when we have so many submissions. But Funky Notes is a great example of not only using that vocal sample to the fullest, but at the same time, getting to the change-up faster, all things considered within the challenge. That shit's dope. And then there was Chizza right after... And Chizza's like one of the new cats, I believe. This is
Yeah.
the first time.
I literally just followed him.
Yeah, I think this was his first mission, if I'm not mistaken. 'Cause I remember he was asking us. He asked us, I think, earlier in the week on Discord about uploading and how it works.
Yeah.
I think he's in the chat. He will tell us. I'm pretty sure he's new.
Welcome to the Beatcast, man. It's cool to have you in. Really gritty, again, with that 90s era vibe to his production. It kind of brought me back.
Yeah, that was a good way with what he did. Just taking that beginning sample, a couple of the sample piano chops, and then
Yeah.
just kind of layering some other samples to fit in there. That worked really well on that one. That's like a good use of sample layering outside of the pick, the pool.
Absolutely. And of course, we just talked about Funky Notes. He was the 6th beat that we played. I love the way he just worked with that vocal sample. Also, another new cat. Welcome in. Funky Notes. Press rewind. Every time this cat comes in, it's something heavy, hard hitting,
Yeah, of course he gravitated towards that heavy synth part of the sample.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
him. Like that's made for press rewind.
Yeah.
What he does.
All right.
100%. He's been. Go ahead.
Oh, it's like a Tim to the throat. Yeah.
Tim to the throat. Yeah,
Yeah, Zilla says, I'm trying to be better, guys. Keep it to 59 seconds, maybe.
maybe. Yeah. Sometimes we got to play him because we're so engaged. We're like, where is this going? Like, what's going to happen? RC Peters came in super. I like how, first off, his visuals were cool.
Yeah, I like the video.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It's a good video.
He said he was going to lean more into his visual, aspect of his creativity, but it was super lo-fi in a way that it still had a cleanness to it, but I haven't heard him necessarily go that gritty with it.
Yeah.
Weird, like wavy, dreamy sound to it, and like a few switch ups in there. Sound really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then VJ Retro, he came in with the tables, which I found to be super innovative and cool. You don't see that a lot. We have had that happen before where people will throw the sample on the tables and then just beat
do it
juggle
that
it.
way. Right.
Yeah.
I think
shit's like-
Zilla has done that or done something similar
Could be.
with, I could be wrong. We make up shit here, so.
Yeah. When he made that one with the air guitar.
Yeah.
Remember that? Where he did a improvisational beatbox version of the sample? Dude, that would be horrible. And then Arnhem with the, that was cool. He integrated the sample so well, I didn't even notice it, which is kind of cool, But
Yeah.
dig it.
Who made the beat on Koala?
That was Special Agent
Special
Merch,
Agent.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't catch the name on that, but Special Agent Merch always filthy.
So that's what's dope about Koala too. It's like being able to just screen record the process that like just makes it so much funner to
They
watch.
just Koala makes everything easy.
Yeah.
Hey, Native, you got some things you can learn from that.
For real.
There you go. Okay, we can move on.
just move on.
I was
to
like, wait,
Ableton.
what did he say?
Yeah, no, more machine hate or anger, I guess. I don't know what you call it. I love this fucking thing, but man, they just like the way they roll out updates for machine just is the most annoying shit on earth.
It's not even just the updates. It's just that like you're watching everything move past it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just having this conversation earlier. As much as I fucking can't stand Ableton, you can't hate on their ability to innovate and keep everything moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think making music on Ableton is the most user-friendly thing, but the feature set it's undeniable, you know? But fucking Native Instruments, learn something, please. I love Machine, but fuck, y'all got to do something.
Our sponsor this week is Native Instruments. If
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. I thought it was for real.
We
Just
wanna get
shitting on
this-
the sponsor.
Yeah.
grand
Sponsorship.
opening, grand closing.
Grand closing. Exactly.
All right, next set.
Yeah, let's jump into the next set. But before we do, let's do, because we have a bunch of people here, let's do our Beatbox giveaway. If you're in the chat, by all means, just type #Beatbox in the chat. I've heard that it only works for, I don't know if it's Twitch or if it's YouTube. I don't know which one it works for, but type #Beatbox into the chat for a chance to win a Beatbox giveaway. Shout out to Beatbox for, supporting. We do appreciate that. And there they go. They start coming in. Right now, there's 2 people with a chance to win. It depends on where they're typing in. Oh, okay. It always takes a second. I'll give it a couple more seconds. If you're my brother,
What are you doing?
if you're related to me, yeah, Bree, don't do this. We're gonna have to run it again. If you're related to me or you're part of the show, for the love of God, don't put your name in there. Let's see what happens. Mind you, this is loud as fuck when it goes off. Guard your ears.
Yeah, please. Warning, heads up, warning.
Trigger warning. You have won alcohol.
Hope you're 21 and over,
I hope you're an adult.
But
and not a
it's-
recovering alcoholic.
It's second VR in America.
I don't know. But Beatbox.
I can't. We had a conversation. I cannot remember to save my life right now.
Second's in the chat. He'll tell us.
I think
bro,
they
where
send
you at?
merch anyways.
I think they are.
They got big pockets. They can ship it wherever. All right, let's keep it
Al,
running.
if you play my shit, play the back half.
Hello, everybody,
Oh,
and welcome
Back
to
half.
season
30 seconds.
started. Sit your rank, stank ass.
how's that?
Whoa.
Okay, mute your mics.
Hold up. You think this shit is over? We're just getting the fuck started. Sit your rank, stank ass the fuck still and enjoy this shit, bitch. This show's available on anything your Obama phone or crack screen can connect to. Since you don't have no minutes left on your track phone, go connect to McDonald's Wi-Fi and stop playing with us. Big terms and conditions may apply. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, tune in, replay, relay, and fish fillet.
DJ Bad DJ. On it! That's my dad.
I think a lot of cats try to make music. They don't give a fuck about what that means. Just putting shit out. I mean, yeah, put shit out. I don't give a fuck. For real. Like, I just, like, please put shit out. Something's gotta matter. For me, I need it. If you don't need it, you're wasting my time, bro. Wasting my time.
Where's that voice coming from? From nowhere? Nowhere? voice coming from? From nowhere? Where's that voice coming from? From nowhere? This is scientific technique. Breath, only breath. And if you do nothing, you will only feel that you are in the infinity. You have no flesh, no bone, no body. You cannot imagine your body. You are in the infinity. This is scientific technique.
Yo. Okay.
I thought I had miscounted.
Yeah. No, it was still running. Delvon, why'd you want me to play it from halfway through?
Because they had the switch up and the back half was more interesting than the front.
Yeah, that shit was dope, man.
The ass looked better than the face. I don't know how.
Oh, I see. I see. Really dope bass line too on that one. That was one of the things that stood out to me is your bass line work on there. You've been killing it lately, man. You're doing really good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
How
the
dare
lead
you.
synth on there. Are you using playing a lot more on top?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Do you
definitely
make
hear
the
it.
beats under your bed?
Be honest.
Sometimes. And I do this with my feet, with my tootsies in the air. You know what I'm saying? On my stomach. That's how I do it, laying down flat. You know.
And you still don't touch the bottom of the bed with your feet?
No, not yeah. And then when I'm feeling real into it, I sit on the edge of the bed and I just let my feet dangle. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then there's special occasions where I do crisscross applesauce, but that's got to be some real live shit.
that's
happening
a
to me to do it.
That's
Oh
crazy.
man, that reminds me of that Bobby Smurder interview. Remember when they zoomed in on the camera?
Yeah, where he's all zoomed in and shit, and they're talking to him, and then they zoom the camera back, and he's sitting on the.
He's talking
That
all
shit is
serious and
hilarious.
shit.
Yeah, and then they
Oh,
just zoom
man.
the camera back, and homeboy's got his legs crossed on a fucking chair. That shit is so funny.
Man,
Oh, shit.
yo, that was a McDonald's commercial at the end of the beat.
No, that was man, I had an entire idea for that shit. It was supposed to be a gang of old people. And I had this fucking AI platform that I was using and I was typing
Oh.
shit in. And then it was just doing what AI does when you type in a subject. Like there was one where I was like, have a group of old people playing shooting dice dressed like gangbangers, right? So I wanted them to look like Bree and be dressed like Bree right now, but I wanted them to be shooting dice and shit. And then when you have to wait 5 minutes to get a 10-second clip, by the way. So you have no idea what's going to happen. It just loads. So then it spits out a video. So I fucking play the video, and it's an old man, and he shoots a gun. And when he shoots the gun, dice are flying out of the fucking gun instead of him, like, shooting them shits in his hand. It was doing shit that made no sense, and it was fucking amazing. So
Wow.
I had an entire like fake documentary type news story idea, and then two old people were gonna fight, knock each other out, and it was gonna turn into them like taking a pill, and then it was gonna be some Beatcast shit at the end. Well, instead, it just started doing shit that was completely unhinged and off the rails, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna stitch it together and do that."
You gonna roll with it?
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what happened.
Nah,
Good
that was
shit, man.
crazy.
Appreciate it.
And then there was DJ Bad DJ, that super soulful entry. He had I
Yeah.
think he had his kid on there too on the intro.
That shit was hard. That shit was
Yeah,
real
it's nice
hard.
and smooth.
It was
Like,
way
I-
better. It was way better than the beat before it.
Oh man.
Hell yeah, got him.
Yeah. That DJ Bad DJ one, I was waiting for like Raphael Sadiq to come on or something.
Yeah.
Start singing on that one. That was a dope one.
Absolutely. Then there was Dirty Works with that crazy ass voice. Did you guys catch that too? He was like, "Where's that voice coming from?" But he had panned it way off in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It actually got me. I thought my phone was playing.
Yeah. I thought. I was like, did I got a tab open? God damn it.
Yeah, I was all trying to mute my phone. What the fuck?
I thought what was crazy is that because that synth part in the sample was like pretty over the top. It's pretty loud. He was able to tame that, but made the rest of the beat fucking huge. Like, that's what I got from that.
That's what I got from that. Hell yeah. And then there was Lab 137, which I think that's the first time Lab is submitted to the Beatcast.
Pretty sure.
Welcome to the Mighty Beathawks. And by the way, when I click that, do you hear like a sound at the end?
Yeah.
Is it loud?
It's not loud, but I hear it every single time.
So stupid. Why does it do that? Why the fuck does it do that?
Well, your ears are better than mine because I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it. It's the air passing through Delvon's beard as he dives under that bed.
Yeah. It's the draft coming from under the bed. Because there's a door down there.
That's actually the path to Narnia. If you do it the right way and you know what you're looking for, that's how you get there.
That's where you find the Keebler elves and get their cookies. But I really like the drums that he had on that cut. Lab
I just wrote hard. I didn't
Hard.
even know who it was.
You're like I'm rock hard right now. Fuck yeah. And then Kai Chopsky.
Man, holy shit.
cool.
That's the one I got wrote down.
I know
right here.
about Kai.
Dude.
Yeah.
Funky bounce on that one.
Crazy.
That dude is that was nice. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Play that
Definitely
again.
stand out. Shit, I had to go. I gotta go do it. And then like really funky, like drum and bass work on there with a crazy swing, which is really good.
Yeah.
And then I was wondering about this too. Has Pablo's Station made it onto your radar, DB?
Pablo Station. Not yet.
He's a cat from Tucson that doesn't realize that he's good. I don't think he knows how good he is.
He needs to pull up.
Yeah, he definitely does, man.
Yeah, he's pretty up there. He got his own lane completely.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he's from Tucson though.
Wow.
I know. You're gonna have to do a background check because like shiesty mask, no shirt on, riding a BMX, like
Don't project your fucking Chiracness on where we're from. That is unnecessary right there.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Chirac pretty soon.
Well, you're going to have to hire this motherfucker to protect you. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and hit him up.
Get my shiesty ready.
Exactly.
Chicago has been voted by Condé Nast the best big city 8 years running.
The best big city to get shot the fuck up and stabbed.
Wow.
That's to die. The best city to die in. You buy a pizza, you buy a deep dish pizza, and as soon as you walk
man.
outside the shop, it's fucking over. It's like that scene in Menace to Society right at the end. What's up now, partner? And they just fucking it's over. It's done.
If you want to get robbed with a rusty kickstand,
I already know where this is.
Go to Tucson.
Speedway and Broadway, Tucson, Arizona. A dude with no shirt on a BMX.
You know when they can't do that? It's always a fucking bike with a motor attached to it. That's how I know someone's a drug addict. If you put a motor on a fucking bike, I already know what you do.
What choices in life you've made.
Yeah, exactly. You do meth, and that's what you've stuck with. You've made that decision. You committed.
Well,
Damn, he modified the bike. Moped engine, lawnmower engine.
Yep.
whatever works. You just got to get down the street.
Man.
Well, Pablo Station had a very avant-garde video and beat. Liked it a lot. But I definitely want to get him on your radar, DB. So, Pablo, he's in the chat too. Go hang out.
Come through, Pablo.
Yeah.
We doing the. I gotta post the sample up tonight, actually. So they got till Thursday.
There you go.
To cook
you heard
up.
it, Pablo. Don't go in there and be weird now. After this,
After we vouch for you.
After we
Just
vouch for you.
recently in the chat, he
Nope.
promised a beat that he's gonna do on Battletoads.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
snap.
be.
Battletoads. That was a good game. That I forgot. I like Battletoad music.
The second level is probably the level that no one ever passed. I don't know if
That
anyone
fucking-
did.
that
That's
snake
literally
level,
why
think
I
it's
stopped playing it
level
back in the day,
4,
'cause I-
the one with the fucking snake. Oh my god!
No,
that shit
it's
is
the
wild.
it's the one where you have to like jump over the obstacles
Yeah.
You're on the little
and you're on a little
air cycle
whatever.
thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'd be
Yeah,
easier
that
to
was a
make a
good
beat
one.
out of it than play it for
Yeah.
sure. That's the correct approach. Now, am I wrong? Was that Jay Linga?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
didn't do his usual.
Jay
like,
Hey,
No,
that
it
shit
was
was way different. That shit
very,
was cold, man.
very subdued compared to what he usually does. As far as like the visuals, I still thought it was dope. He went for like that noir approach for it. I
He
thought
might be
that was
going
really
through
cool.
something. Let's like analyze the situation.
He hasn't been able to measure how high someone's grass is and shit. So like it's just throwing him off. You know what I mean?
He's got the HOA.
Yeah, I think he
coming up.
failed his HOA inspection, and he's just been fucked up ever since. You know what I mean? He didn't pass city ordinance, and he has not recovered. So he decided to make some sad looking shit.
He tore the
I don't
pocket
know
on his.
All those people
car.
are coming. Like everyone's coming back to us. Like we're saying so much shit about everyone.
What type of car do you think he drive? Fuck that. What brand car do you think he drive? Let's go there.
It's either a Volvo.
Word.
It's a Toyota
That's good.
Corolla or
That's
something.
good. That's good.
No,
Word.
it's not a Corolla. It's like a Volvo
No.
or not a new Genesis, but like a like 5 or 6 years old, something like that.
It's not a Geo Tracker, that's for sure. Like whatever it is, it has like wood paneling on the outside. Do you know
He
what I mean?
definitely got a wood grain.
Yeah.
The car got wood grain on the
he's-
outside, not necessarily the inside.
He's able to keep them going right until the wheels fall off because he does the regular maintenance checkups and he makes sure
It's like
sure nothing
extra
is-
factory. It's extra factory. It's
Yeah.
like it almost looks Saab. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was with you. I was gonna say Volvo or Saab,
Saab.
and then he don't do the oil change when he's supposed to. He does it at the half point of whatever it is. So if his shit is 5,000, he does it every 2,500.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
just one of those dudes. He's
Yeah.
extra on it.
You don't want to get any sort of buildup of old oil or anything
No,
like
not
that.
at all.
Keep that
Not at
bitch
all.
running smooth. Really dope bass kick on that beat as well.
Yeah.
Fucking loved it.
Yeah, the cool
And-
little vocal sample that was he would sprinkle in every once in a while too.
And he didn't do his signature whistle. That's why I was worried.
That's what I said. It might
Yeah.
be something going on. Like he dropped
Let's
his
check on
phone
it.
in the water or something. Like,
I think his check engine light came on. He in fucking shambles. That's what it is.
he's like, I rear-ended a school bus. I dropped my phone. I spilt my EGs. Like
My EGs. We're gonna have to check on him. And then it was T-Dub. T-Dub, this is the first time T-Dub is participating.
welcome, sir. Welcome.
That was that trippy mushroom tea one, right?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And super minimalist on that approach that he took too. at first, and then it kind of like built. I guess that's the way a mushroom trip would go, as it were. But really dope.
I was like, you talking from experience, Al? What's good?
Actually, you know, I've never done. We'll get into it later. You know, I've only transported them and sold them.
Yeah, I've only sold them.
Yeah. And in case there's like the feds are listening, that's a joke. I don't want any RICO charges. And then there was
Allegedly.
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 Thank you, Dibia. You can talk to my attorney, Dibia. And then there was country, which I'm assuming is country with an X.
Or was it Can Try?
Fuck.
The no vowels be getting me every time.
Yeah. Sometimes they turn the A into like a V upside down. That one fucks my head up when I see that. When people
I
do
know.
that.
I know.
Like
Your name is Danny. Just use Danny, please.
Your name's Daniel, damn it. Very ethereal, that piece. I like that a lot. And I believe country's submitted before, a while ago. I could be lying, though. I love a good lie.
I don't know. I had first time question mark in my notes. So.
Welcome, just in case.
Definitely a glasses around the lower nose type of beat.
It is. Yes. And then, of course, we rounded it off on that section of 10 with Brie in Japan. Now, you know what I'm saying?
I know. That was dope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really
Did
dug
you just
that.
say your beat was dope?
Yeah. You hear how fucking narcissistic this piece of shit is? It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
No, it did have a dope ass drum groove.
No, I liked it. And I really liked the video, too. It was cool. You know, it's interesting because, you know, we went to grade school together. Just a little sidebar here. It's cool seeing you just go and do shit. You're just getting out there, living life, loving shit, looking at stuff, touching things, taking pictures, videos. Fuck yeah, dude.
He just went from picking his nose and banging on the table to fucking banging on
Getting
people
out there.
in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just throwing up
No, Al, I think
letters
he
and
just-
having switches on guns and shit. Just all type of debauchery. You know what I mean?
Yep. Took off the shiesty and, you know.
I think he just
man.
does things, Al, though, that the normal people do. You and I just don't do shit.
That's true. I think
I was just gonna say, Alan, how many times have I asked you? I was like, let's go on a cruise. Like you can start paying in January. We can go in
I
December.
don't want to go on a cruise.
Just
you know.
anything. Let's just get out the house.
I'll go
Put
on a
some
cruise
stamps
with
on
you.
those passports. Yes, let's do a Beatcast cruise.
Well, here's
Cruises
the
are
problem.
perfect for old people.
Yeah. Cruise is like,
The whole time I'm like, I'm trying not to do old jokes. I'm gonna let it slide, and then y'all just say some shit. Al's gonna forget his fucking dementia medicine, and then the next thing you know, he doesn't know why he's on a cruise. He doesn't understand where he's at.
Why
he
am I
can't
on a
call
cruise?
his host to take care of him and shit.
Well, he
It's
doesn't
gonna
like
be
water,
over.
though. You're not going to go on a cruise.
I'm terrified of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ocean. Fuck, that's what I was gonna say. It's like I can't get.
It's gonna be on some siren shit where like you think something's calling you in and you fucking
Yeah.
jump over the edge.
I'll get in there, going after it. Like, what do you
I was
need?
surprised I got him onto my side of the town the other night when we all went out to dinner.
Yeah, that shit
When
was
Elena
far,
was in
dude.
town.
Yeah, the the older you get, the more you don't want to move. All right, let's see about the next section. You guys ready to get into some more of these beats?
do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
sais que je rappe ce que tu ne vis pas. Après coup de feu, prière, il reste du temps. Trop balèze, donc le négro palpita. Les Émirats n'ont que faire ta visa. Tout comme le rap n'a que faire mon Elisa. Bruxelles, Bruxelles, V. Bruxelles, Bruxelles, V. Tous les jours je roule un P. Vous êtes nous, Gordon V. Bruxelles, Bruxelles, V. Bruxelles, Bruxelles, V. Tous les jours je roule un P. Vous êtes nous, Gordon V. Capitale 9 depuis nouveau flot noir.
If them bitches jump, then they better bounce.
First, there was darkness. Then came the strangers. They call this ability tuning.
Attention. Time to put down the crystal. Time to take off the ice for a minute. Time to throw a little mud in this motherfucker. Here we go. Yo. Fall on the ground. Come on, roll up a give me the crown. Girl, what you say? I'm saying, all over the track, man. Pardon me, as I come back. All over the track, man. Pardon me, as I come back, nigga. All over the track, man. Pardon me, as I come back. No more secret space launches.
throw a Molotov cocktail at the precinct. You know how we think. Organize You know how we think. Red, black, and green instead of game. You know how we think. Red, black, and green is under our. Red, black, and green instead of game. Like watching society with no respect for the people's right to privacy. Under our, no more secrets. You know how we think. I throw a Molotov. You know how we think.
Alrighty. Tape started off that 10 with a pretty cool switch up too. Like he was like super mellow out the gate and then kind of flipped it with
ultra aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah. That back half of that sample though kind of tends to lead you that direction too.
Yeah.
That crazy.
Yeah, he does a good job of like just taking you, like having a good listening experience, you know, just kind of takes you. That's what I love about his music.
Yeah. 100%.
He's a curator of sound. That's why.
Yes, sir.
Messy. That beat kind of, it was like eerie. That had like a kind of a more like
serial killer.
Yeah, serial killer vibes.
Like you, like you accidentally had to lay over in Tucson, and you know,
yeah. We love Tucson. We're really joking. Sorry, Runt. Check out Brickbox out there at some point. There was Doze Off was next. Doze Off is one of my favorites.
Dude, that shit with the fucking acapella that sounded like they were dry heaving. That shit was crazy, man. Fucking wild.
So you hate that style of rap?
Just
He
foreigners.
would rather have the drill rapper on there.
Well, Bree's right there. He could spit a hot one for us. Anyway, outside of that, yeah,
I could be a UK drill rapper.
It would not sound much different than that.
And that should be funny. And they'd be like, and they be sounding hard. They'd be like, boop boop, kill him or not. Shoot him
all that shit sounds. It just sounds like water drops off a roof. Every time they rap, it just sounds like water drops hitting some sort of surface and making noise. No, that Doze Off one, that shit, that's on my list right here. As much as I did not fuck with the acapella, the beat was ridiculous. I thought that shit was dope.
Yeah, his beat production is always phenomenal. Wayne was up next with I like that break beat that breakbeat approach that he had on that thing. I saw you were saying that too as well in the chat, DB.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
had a
just
shadow introducing
leaving some
sound.
notes. Yeah, man.
And then Sticky Hands,
That's another one that's on my list right here.
super
Fucking
cold melody.
crazy.
The way he like flipped that into like a cool melody, like it ran it throughout the back. Really dope.
I like his chop method. Like
Yeah.
it's like a beat repeat type of chopping method he does.
Mm,
I be trying to process when he's in flip sessions.
that's dope. Oh yeah. Mine was up next. I just kept it super simple. I just went with the front half of that sample and try to make it just kind of something mellow. I'm working through different techniques that I'm trying out. And then there was
But
Mr.
I like the
Cash.
whole aesthetics of it too.
Oh, thank you, man.
The
Appreciate it.
visuals was dope. Like it was
Appreciate
the
that.
whole package.
Yeah, and the wavy element you had over the sample, like kind of that wavy record thing going on. That was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mess was a different plug-in for that. My brother sat in on that one too, so shout out to my brother Paul. He was throwing out suggestions and stuff.
I thought it was an SP for a second.
Yeah, it was the MK3 on there, but I was just gradient it up a little bit with some
Machine word.
filter. Yeah.
Okay. Like an old bus seat. I feel you.
Mr. Cash was the next.
Another one that's on my list. That shit was crazy.
That Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. That was like
Yeah,
one of
bro.
my favorites from that block right there.
Same.
What was crazy about that is it had a fast tempo sounding drums, but the samples were slow. It was just weird juxtaposition that was going on. It was pretty
Some
dope.
hi-hats.
It all worked.
It was moving. The beat was
Some
moving.
hi-hats was dancing.
Yeah.
And I think that's his first submission to the Beatcast. So welcome in. Appreciate you doing that. And then the homie, friend of the show, Sam Drumlow, with the LP sample.
Ooh, I thought some company flow right there.
Yeah.
Like that. That could have been on one of those albums in '97. Fun Crusher Plus, Part 2.
Yeah, Sam does his thing. I like that shit.
Sam just messaged in the chat saying that he just had a baby. He's at the hospital right now.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
congrats.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man.
Man
pretty
had a
cool.
Beatcast baby. Congratulations.
Let's take credit for everything.
Right, yeah.
Like he was standing over to the side and shit, watching us play his beat. Like shh, they're playing my beat.
They're telling her to push, and he's like, "Yo, stop! I can't hear this shit."
They're all, we need you to cut the umbilical cords. Yeah, the way I cut it up
Yeah,
and chopped
hold
it was dope. Just hold on a second.
Let me get my 404. One sec.
Oh, man.
See, you sampling through this plug right here, and then this is the part that you control it with.
Man.
So Sam made that on the SP?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
Either that or Ableton. I know that he is a user
Impressive.
of both.
Sam says, thanks, guys. Hell yeah. That's dope. Vexo came in next. Super soulful submission by Vexo. Really like that one as well.
Yeah, I said it before, but I just love it when he does the Serato sample visual on there. Just nerding out in the samples, how he's chopping them up.
See, I'm so unfamiliar with that shit. I used it a little bit back in the day that I didn't even recognize it when it popped up. I didn't even know that that's what that was. That's Serato sample. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can run it you can use it like by itself, or you can run it as a plug-in through, which is like what RTC does. You can use it through Machine.
I did do that a little bit, but I couldn't because I'm dumb. I couldn't get it to work right. But I watched Soy do it all the time.
I'd agree with that.
Did you have a hard time with it?
No.
Or you just agree with me being dumb? Hell yeah, dude. That's what I get, man. Oh, yeah.
No, it's super versatile too, because there's so many ways that you can work with it and chop it up and do what you need to do. Because you could do you could do like a random sample chop. You could do the what do you call it when you just play it and then hit the keys as it's going on.
Play
chop. The chop went
Yeah. Remember, I can think of the name, but yeah. So it's and then just the way it seems to be the best one at, I feel, warping more so than like Ableton or any of the other ones that I've worked with. It seems the most
crazy.
on point
Like
of
having
them.
to use external sources for your shitty internal sampler machine. Yeah, that this is why people are using Serato sample on top of it. You know something else? Real quick, I saw the new oh my god, the Rhythm Roulette, and they had a soundtrack that was on there.
Yeah, that was.
I
Oh
thought
yeah.
I didn't think I was the only one that did it, but I thought that like I was in the minority using this Machine Plus in fucking controller mode and using Machine on the computer. I have seen multiple videos recently of people doing that. I'm pretty sure Ninth was doing it in his, Soundtrack was doing it in his, and I saw someone else doing it in theirs.
So
Man.
you said that to say that like you're amongst good company, like that you're.
No, that the
Wow.
fucking Plus is a flop and people would rather use it as a controller than for its design purpose
It's not
as
a
a
flop.
standalone box.
It's
You are
not
not
a
going to
flop.
sit here and tell me with a straight face that this is better than using it on the computer.
So with the Machine Plus, you can plug it through USB-C
Mm-hmm.
to the MK2, and you can streamline effects from the SP into
Oh,
Machine
using
Plus.
something else to make it better. Got you.
But it's not with the computer.
Oh, so
You
you
know what I'm
use
saying?
something else to make it
Oh
better.
yeah,
Got you. Okay.
but it's still portable though, without the screen, and then you're getting the SP effects directly to Machine.
More
So you could,
effects that it doesn't have that make it better using something else to put into it.
well, Machine Plus Saturator is good.
It is. I'll give you that. That's the one that I use,
It's
but I also use it Machine on here. So again, the fact that you have people that make records, like mainstay people, actual fucking producers, like I'm a nobody. Those are people that have made legendary albums, legendary music, like they're
yeah.
innovators. These people are not using the thing the way that it was designed to be used. They're using it as a controller the same way that I am. That says something. Native Instruments needs to get their shit together. Akai is passing them. Fucking Ableton is passing them. Roland is passing them. Anyone else that is making anything is above them. Their feature set is, but fucking Koala is better at this point as far as a feature set. And again, this is what I
Man.
exclusively use. I don't plan on using anything else, but I'm not gonna act like just because I use it, it's perfect. People need to call shit out to make it better. This is the fucking Madden thing. Like if someone has a monopoly on something, they start to, well, and obviously they don't, but if someone has a monopoly on something, there's no competition. Native has competition, yet they're not innovating. Like,
I think
fucking
that
get better.
the big thing about Native that keeps them up in the conversation. I mean, obviously, Machine is like it's just dope to use in general.
Correct.
It's real dope to use.
Yeah.
But they have a shit plethora of
Sounds.
sounds and not plug is it plugins or
Yeah, the
all
plugins
the
like the
Expansion
VSTs
packs.
and shit.
expansion packs. Yeah, like you can just go all day long with them expansion packs, and it's like, and it stays in their universe.
Yeah, no
Yes,
one has a
but
better
another issue-
ecosystem than
Oh, go ahead.
than Machine. No one has a better ecosystem than
I'm
them.
not arguing that, but even the new thing where like Akai people can use the native plugins, you have to repurchase them under Akai. You can't just use them straight across. So like if you bought some, if
snap.
you're a Machine user and you bought fucking whatever expansion it is and it also works on Akai, it doesn't just work out of the box on Akai. You have to repurchase it for Akai.
Oh,
It's like
I
what the
didn't know
fuck,
that.
man? Like what are y'all doing? Like get it together.
It does suck, but how many people are going to be wanting to use both? Are going to be buying both? And I know a lot of people do, but that's not going to be the main users of they're either going to be using only Akai or only Machine. So that's not going to come in.
I go back.
Happens, that's all I'm
go
saying.
back to our previous couple shows back. It's like Canon and Nikon. Like you either use one or you use the other one. Sometimes you can flip the lenses because they got an adapter, but you're buying something to work with in that. But typically, people ain't finna switch over. Like I'd never buy any other. Not never. More than likely, I won't buy anything else moving forward. Mostly because I'm just like comfortable as fuck with Machine. But even though it's like some like small little things that I do want to grab, because I'm like still into gear a bit. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with. It's like a Honda Accord. Like you
Get some
just
good mileage.
right, good gas. You know, you put some, you just wash it up good, throw some Armor All on it, shines up a little bit.
Whenever I
But
go in, oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna just say, Machine wasn't really a standalone company. So when
Correct.
they first stopped by, they was competing with Akai when they had the Renaissance. Then
Correct.
that's when people are like, "Oh, Native Instruments is getting with Akai." And then Akai came with the live series, and then they kind of came with the Machine Plus kind of late. So it's
They're still playing
you
catch up.
know you don't know, man. They might have
There's
another standalone.
well, tell them to fucking release it so I can get it. You know what? Just tell them to put a touchscreen on the shit, and I'll stop complaining. 99% of my fucking issue with it is it does not have a touchscreen.
A
Once they
touchscreen
do
would be
that,
tight.
I'll stop.
And if like when you switch from like song mode, I don't know. I use I don't use the correct terminology for the native
No,
shit.
you're
But
good.
song mode, to back to your sequence editor and shit like this.
Arrangement.
Arrangement,
yeah.
I can never fucking figure out what is the hotkey button on the standalone to go back and forth between those two.
Remember, I
you see
I
what I'm
use
saying?
it on the computer, but
Yeah.
I don't even do that anymore. I just turn them into clips so I can automate it better.
Yeah.
And I have more control over it. I just duplicate all the clips or or the sequence or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that I can throw variation in it. I just want a touchscreen. I would just like a
Touchscreen would be tight.
touchscreen. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be like crazy
You,
fast.
you
I
want
don't
to be
need
able
it
to
to have a
diddle.
bunch of.
You just want to diddle.
I want to be able to diddle my machine.
You want to touch
man.
things with your fingers. You got it.
But that
Yeah.
the touch strip for the effects is crazy.
I love that thing.
It is dope. I'll give you that. But there's a lot of other shit that's randomly lacking. I fucking use this thing exclusively and I have no plans on going anywhere else. But I'm not gonna just I'm not gonna kiss their ass because I enjoy it. That's my thing. Like you have to offer
They
criticism.
got to
to make
catch
them
up
better.
for sure.
And they
Just
had
like
the
it's been a
blue
while.
fucking Akai has the blueprint for it. So all they had to do was copy a bunch of that random shit to make it good. Fucking Akai has a product that is doubly better. It's not even a fucking word. It's doubly better and it's basically half the price. So I'm done ranting.
Really, you just an unsatisfied lover. God,
You're just bitter. That's your
You
problem.
gotta
You're
stop
bitter.
gangbanging at
But
fucking
they need
54,
to have
bro.
more
You gotta
RAM
cut that shit
inside of
out.
that.
Yeah.
They need more RAM inside of the Machine Plus where it can handle plugins and stuff with that. Like the Kai has way more RAM where
Yeah.
it can kind of do
Damn,
different
it's
stuff and
$700 versus
add
fucking
updates.
$1,300. It's crazy.
Can that touch strip on the machine be assigned to other plugins?
Yes.
Okay, because imagine if you like being able to use that on like Hex Effects, Serato's Hex Effects or something like that. That could be pretty dope too.
Yeah. You
Oh,
use
yeah,
the fucking the
you can.
FX plugin button and you can map it.
With the control editor.
Yes.
I've never opened that thing. I gotta mess with it.
Whenever you're looking at new equipment, it's important to see if it's worth it. Can it twerk it? Put that thing down, flip it in. No, I'm just kidding. You guys ready to hop back in to some more?
Yeah.
Oh,
Were there more for the review or was that it? Let me see.
more beats?
Yeah, Case Jagos was the last one.
Yeah, that one was fucking crazy dope.
Yeah.
That was the last one, right?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, and he's the cat that pulled that sample too. The snare on that shit is what stood out. The work he did on that snare was what stood out for me.
Yeah,
crazy
the
swing
drum
on that.
programming was
Yeah.
Super strong.
the subtle bass line that was creeping underneath everything. The vocal drops you brought in at the right places.
Plus,
He
all
might
right.
have had that beat done like a while ago, and then he just pretended to pull.
That's why he pulled the sample. He was like, "Yo, I gotta play."
He
this
worked
shit."
on it for like a couple of years, you know.
He's like, that'll work. This will go with
He's
this.
such a big fan of DB, so he might have done that. I would believe it.
Oh. Nah, he's dope.
You know, his after he pulled that sample too, like the joy in his face on that sample pool was like it fucking
on the video.
made me like music again even more. I was like, God damn it, he's happy. This is the shit. But didn't expect your accent though. We'll talk about it later. No, I'm just kidding. You guys ready? Let's do it. Let's jump back in. We gotta mute.
Bitch, we been bored, I wish we could tour. Girl, you need Christ, not Christian Dior. Why you keep trying to take pics with me for? Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. A white boy broke her heart back in high school. Now she told me she ain't taking white dick anymore. Damn, are you sure? Cry when she don't get away. Damn, are you for? Stole her heart, now I'm trying to slide in and get away. The game chose me, baby, I didn't get a say. I done watched a lot of rappers rise and disintegrate. Pay attention to the styles, I'm finna demonstrate. This is how you do it, man. World's getting too insane. Turn a check into a chain. Tugging on the new ring. We are not the same. If you fucking with my crew, then you got the right brothers like we flew a plane. Don't ask me about it, let your boo explain.
Nice. Studio Cannon, who's been submitting for a long time, was up first. Super mellow. I haven't heard him do something that mellow in a while. Really
Yeah, I
dope,
did
though.
catch the name on that first one. I was trying to figure it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
Studio
me too.
Cannon?
That was, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, I really dug that one. It's a
That's
little,
the
little
one I
bit
got
different
on my
than.
list.
What's that?
That was the one that I got on my list too.
Yeah. And then Marlo, super classic, like a classic approach, straight up. Just kind of like boom bap hip hop shit, really cool.
Trot.
Prop was dope.
Yeah,
That went to my top 5.
Yeah, that video is nice.
like super spacey.
Mm.
Prot's his videos that was a little more tame than some of the insane shit.
Yeah, it's
He
not gonna
told
give
me
you
he was
nightmares,
like, I
man.
gotta. He was saying he gotta stop making such unhinged videos. I understood what he meant after doing that AI shit. It's a boy. I cannot imagine doing.
It'll
that
take you
for
down a
fucking
tunnel
living.
of weirdness.
It
Yeah.
just does whatever the fuck it feels like, even when you tell it to do something. And even if you regenerate, like if you leave the script in and you
Yeah.
regenerate it, it will just generate some other shit that's also unhinged. It'll just keep going though off the same thing. It's fucking wild.
And we think AI is going to take over.
Right. Noctimus Prime, man, that shit was just heavy as fuck, especially the back half. Yeah.
Strong.
That's another one of them. DB, I'm wondering, has he got on your radar, Noctimus Prime?
I feel like I heard of him. Is Noctimus Prime a Crump producer?
I don't know, not Crump necessarily, no.
No, he got a different vibe. It's
I think
groove based.
that logo looks familiar with the Decepticon logo.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think he might have came in a Discord before.
Yeah. He won our Friendly Fade Series 2, like the last one that we did. And really cool cat, dude from out here in Phoenix. Just was wondering if you knew I said, like, he's one of my favorite producers. I really dig that guy's stuff. I'll have to send you some of his stuff.
Nah, he's nasty.
Yeah. And then there's Jock Waves. I think I'm saying that correct, right?
Yeah.
Super clean. Hella clean.
Yep.
I dig his video production too. Like he's just posted up. Like, you know, doing his thing. Really
I
cool.
imagine he nasty as fuck on an Excel spreadsheet. That dude knows what
Oh,
the fuck
for
he's
sure.
doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anthony
It's-
Church.
It's come to the back half of the show where Bree leans into the microphone towards the back half and chews granola.
I'm not
You're chewing something.
I'm not chewing anything. I don't have anything right now.
He's smacking.
He's eating like nothing, just eating air.
He cleaning the switch on his gun. That's what he doing. So you just hearing that shit. This is gonna sound wild. Pause off top. He greasing his Glock. That's
Wow.
what I was gonna say.
Wow.
I think Delvon like just calls the police randomly because he's so used to doing it in Tucson. Like
He just calls him at like the moment's notice.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Just a
my
snitch.
neighbor-
Got that shit on speed dial.
Yeah.
Like somebody's getting high, somebody's getting beat up, domestic violence. He got a list. He just go down the list every time.
Yeah, I'm telling.
It's like, which house is it? It's one of the
Could
ones
not be
next door.
further from the truth. It's fucking
One of the ones
great.
next door. Yeah,
Come on, you know you're telling.
there's a guy outside on a BMX with no shirt on.
Yep. There's a group of kids at the end of the street. They look like they're having fun. I don't like it.
Go
They
get
make
him.
me nervous. Then there's Anthony Church. Yeah, Anthony Church. He has a new release out too that he's been promoting. You know, Anthony Church is an interesting cat because he creates an insane amount of content. Have you guys seen his stuff? Have you went and looked?
Yeah,
He does. So he does a lot of content. He's got, everything you can think of. From
Interviews and-
he has a lot of
interview,
shit.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go check him out because he seems like a really nice guy, just out there making cool shit.
And he's doing it in a way where he's trying to make it inclusive.
Yes.
So he's not, at all trying to be elitist and tell you shit or just
Yeah.
creating because he's creating for, the community aspect of it.
Yeah. Trying to learn something and share some of this cool cat. Cool beat too, man. Really, really mellow. Blue Nose was my favorite personally of that block.
That's what I got right here. Fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, that was funky.
He did a thing. He did a thing.
That bass and kick, shit, the fundamentals, the drums and the bass were fucking phenomenal. He's good at that shit. Solar Flare.
That's my
super
next. That's the next one that I got on my list.
Yeah.
The Solar Flare, that was the grimy approach from him.
Yeah.
I know sometimes he makes house, but that had an MF Doom type of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely
That
some
sample-
like
sample
not
took him
even
somewhere.
necessarily Griselda. That was like some Crime Apple type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, yo.
yeah, I can hear it.
I fuck with Crime Apple. I like him.
And then we had Reminisce. Had a heavy
Man,
drive,
that
a
shit
heavy-
was that was dope.
Yeah, it was in motion. The drums on that, I like that
Yeah.
shit.
Well, those 3 beats in a row there were like kind of,
I feel like I have a Bible of notes so far.
Yeah,
I
me
see
too.
that. God damn.
Page
He got a
3 now.
user manual right there.
Who was the last one that was?
You didn't play a 10th one. You're losing it, man. You're losing it.
Oh, the
Oh,
last
yeah.
one. Huh?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
play
fine.
Remy, and then that was and then you stopped it. Unless I'm tripping.
No.
Am I crazy?
Oh, you're right. I'm looking at it right here. You're right.
That wasn't the 10th one?
Did I miss somebody?
No, that's 10.
How does math work?
Studio Cannon, Marlo, Prot, Noctimus, Jacquez or Jacquaves.
Yeah.
Can't read my handwriting. Anthony Church.
They didn't teach that in the school of Chirac.
I went to the school with him that they didn't teach that shit to us.
Right.
Now we're both offended. He's not wrong. They were teaching us through cassette tapes. Remember that shit? It was fucking
That shit was
horrible.
hilarious.
Yeah, no,
I'll
there was
never-
only 9.
Y'all didn't have computers
No,
at your
I got
school? You
10.
had mainframes and shit? Anyway.
I got 10. The Oscar the Grouch video. That was that Blue Nose?
That was Blue Nose.
This
Oh,
is
definitely not 10. Because
So-
Solar Flare was after that.
So I fucked up. But that's all right. If this isn't a garbage truck on fire, then we're not doing it right.
Correct.
DB, you got about, I think, 15 minutes before you got to head out, right?
Yeah,
right.
I'll squeeze 10. Extra.
Okay. We'll try to get through these this next batch right here, and then we might have to call it. All right, let's check it out. We got mute.
With the sound.
Man, really dope. Obito was the first cat up. I think it was Obito.
Top five. Obito.
That shit was amazing.
Top five.
First one.
Now, Vito, he's a dancer as well too, so a lot of his feet have movement.
Oh, okay, yeah, I could catch that. Does he participate in the DB flip sessions?
Yeah, he's a regular in there.
Really dope, man. Really good. I was digging that. The beat miser. Super clean. Like a super clean beat. Real crisp.
Yeah,
Who was
taking
that
advantage of the pianos in the beginning there.
I didn't catch that.
The beat miser?
Oh.
Yeah, there was the second cat that was up. The third one was De Frente, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was the case. It had like an 80s blend to it. Almost added like an 80s element.
That
Yeah,
shit
with
sounded
those
like
drums.
it would be perfect for an A24 movie. That it was just
Oh,
as soon
shit,
as
yeah.
as soon as I heard it, I was like, "Yo, this would be fucking perfect for one of their movies."
That's true. 00 Dancer, first time back in. I know she re-upped on her equipment or something like this, because she had, went through a whole thing, but came back strong with like a super dance track. That
On
shit
my
was
list.
good.
On my list. That shit is
Yeah,
excellent.
I like this take she had on this one.
Yeah.
Something kind of like in the vein of what she does and did in the past, but kind of different for her as well.
Yeah. It's crazy too, because that was a really good example of how you get a sample out there and people interpret it in so many different ways, because that was completely different than everything else, and it worked so well. And of course, RTC.
Hey, yo.
Griselda ass beat.
Yeah, that shit was ultra grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could hear Raz Fresco or Rome Streets.
Yep.
Hit them up. What you
Yeah,
doing,
that's-
RTC? Get your shit together.
Yeah, shit, man. I'll
DB, do you
holler him
get
right
to
now.
DB? Do you get to come to Toronto at all to see her?
Oh yeah. Well, they was talking about they might bring me and Loki out to Toronto again.
Yeah, because I got tickets to see Ras Fresco, and then he canceled it because I'm in Vancouver, and he canceled that show, and so I never got to see him. But I'm a huge fan.
Ah, I was out there like last year. We both did the show.
hmm
Now that turned out good.
Do you ever go to the loop sessions over there or no?
I did a loop sessions like maybe 2 years ago,
Okay.
and then pattern select.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
that was
you should come see us here in Vancouver. We have loop sessions here as well.
damn. It's been a minute since I've been to Vancouver.
This is like Elena's way trying to get a refund. She's like, so
I was about to say, that's what it feels like.
What's the
She's like, hey,
refund?
can you tap your boy on the shoulder and tell him to, Apple Pay me
Cancel.
my fucking money back,
So
please?
can I get a Elena, we talked about this. I said send an email. No.
Damn.
That's
So
what
you came. So it was in the show was in Vancouver or in Toronto.
No, he was supposed to have like a tour in North America or whatever, and then the show in Vancouver got canceled.
Ah,
Never happened.
I know he'll reschedule it, and it'll be crazy.
Well, you give him that.
Exactly. That was that was
disapproving.
It will.
Yeah, that
It
was real
will.
scolding.
Who knows? He might bring me through.
That would be cool.
Then we had Lautry up.
Super avant-garde.
Yeah, it was different for him too.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm saying that about a bunch of people. Maybe it was just the sample this time around.
Yeah,
Got
brought
people
out a
thinking
different
outside the
vibe.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
It
good.
was in drum prominent. Like,
Yeah, true.
And then
All right, I can't read my handwriting. Oh,
EXG.
EXG.
yeah,
That's right.
that was
I
like a
feel-
mellow vibe.
I
Yeah.
feel like the first half of the sample with just those pianos was like made for him. Like
Mhm.
perfect for
True.
his style.
Yeah. He's like, oh, there they are. I was going to add them anyways.
Yeah, I don't have to now.
They're already built in. Yeah, he has such a soulful vibe. King Essay, that was the best fucking video. That hyena
Javelinas.
or javelinas or whatever. Yeah, javelinas, not hyenas.
that was what?
Oh shit!
What was that? Animal?
There was the javelinas, like the pigs that he had in it running around.
Oh wow.
Those things are
I don't know
fucking,
if you
man.
saw that.
That's
Living
what
in
it's
Tucson,
called.
them shits are crazy.
Yeah, we have those out here just
Dude,
running around.
They're wild. They can't
There's
fucking
a-
see anything, but you can smell them. Like they
Are they like
fucking
a type
smell
of
crazy.
fake?
It-
Or what is
they
it?
have great.
Yeah.
They have a great sense of smell. They're fucking. Oh, they're aggressive and mean. And if they run into your ass, like you better run.
Yeah, it's like a car. Like they're just
Dude.
like a car. That's
Damn.
run over
Fucking
you.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
That
a
shit
reel
look
going
quick.
around. Reel going around from out here where there was like 3 of them sleeping in this dude's sunroom and they just wouldn't leave. Like they just fucking broke in into this fucking
Squatters.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, those things are crazy. That video was dope. But and the music was like a hectic approach on there too. It had like some movement on that. Really dug it.
Acid house hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, RTC, you see, that's like a good example of movement in the video.
I
Gotta
can
get in
barely
camp
make
with
an image, and to make it move would be a huge step for me. Like,
Just
I'm
like,
not there yet.
you know, take a video of your kids running around in the same way and just like speed it up.
Yeah.
Baby
Some
steps.
sort of movement.
Ant Architecture came in with a
That's
super
the-
moody beat.
the one that's on my list right there. That shit was good.
Yeah. Really dope. Ant said he was going to stay up for this too because he's on the other side of the planet.
Nah, and he be doing this thing.
He stay busy. Stay busy.
Yep.
I know Rudis was up in here just a little while ago. I don't know if he's still in here. Said he was getting
Yeah,
tired.
he told me he said that of course he submitted the worst beat he's ever made while DB is on the show, and told me that it's awful and he's sorry, but he wanted to promote KO Lab and have everyone go check that out. That is what he told me. Those are his words.
Damn.
Well,
I
if
guess
he
we'll
said
find
that, we can just skip the beat, you know? 'Cause-
No, we got.
But sometimes people say that, and then it be some crazy.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
exactly.
lot of times.
One
So
person's
the
trash,
okie doke.
another one's treasure. And then Funk Soul, and I really like the flip that he
Strong.
did on that.
Strong.
Yeah, super dope. And because he had it sounded like almost like he reworked the keys in a way, which
Yeah.
I love that. By the way, what was that? Grand Theft Auto 4?
4. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
So DB, we're at 9. How are you on time? You need a jet? Totally. I think we're down to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 beats left.
Let's run the 7 beats.
Let's run it. Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Let's do it in record time. Here we go.
In the beginning,
We gotta mute.
God, the heaven and the earth. The heaven and the earth.
Bro, this beat is sickly retarded, yo. Sound like it came off the Hate Ricky Ricardo show. Lucy on the phone, she said he not home. Woozy eyed, combed out, newly fried dome. What they say when in Rome, do ohm. You don't need much to construe the crude poem. A few bones for an intelligent plan. A couple of grand and an elephant man hand. Bring the skeleton, you might get a whole jam. Sell it in your mom and pop records, the soul stand. Just don't tell him when the rock and roll fan. You don't eat gelatin, hot or cold ham. Yeah, I don't know the same database I know. Just to earn trust, he tried to make me cross a wino. He said, don't worry, he already did his thinking. I tapped him with the shit, he said, why you still blinking? Untie him, do your own dirty. He shot him and told him, you're not worthy. So I says, what happened to his skull piece? A lot of y'all rappers be rapping the dull beats. He's Robotron's right hand, a pro-con white man with a Cali like tan. I'm like, tracks is alright, man, but oh, you coming low with the. I'm like, where's his other foot at?
So you must be very careful. Brother Faye's quite right. But still, we have been taught that man is good. So you must be very careful. Brother Faye's quite right. But still, we have been taught that man is good. And if he wasn't good, Buddha would not try to help him.
Sis vonis forches Jago X Beatcast.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sound he added in towards the back half, that was cool. Like that, yeah.
That
On
flip.
that last track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Chef
shit,
Ramsay.
it reminded me of like some Wu-Tang shit, but specifically there's a fucking track and it's from Damo Genesis with Evidence, and it's off of, man, I can't think of the goddamn name of the track, but he does a bass line that's very similar to it.
Mhm.
Oh, it's dope as fuck. It's one of my favorite songs on that album. That shit was dope.
Yeah, really dope. Dug that. And it was like unexpected too, that little that added in piece. Billy Whitebread, is that his first time participating?
I don't think so. Nah.
No.
Yeah. Just in case.
Maybe like one or two other.
I know he posted at least last week.
Yeah.
Or last month.
Okay.
Last episode.
Yeah, it was like super soulful, very like,
nice groove on it.
Yeah. I really dug that.
Yeah, that's his second time submitting.
Second time? Hell yeah. And then there was Presto Fresh, which that beat was wild. That was like what I wrote down. This shit was wild. Yeah. Super cool. New Rudist, I thought it was good.
I thought it was too.
Just being dramatic.
He's being dramatic.
I think he just wanted DB to give him some extra attention.
That was the one with the martial arts movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. It
See?
was the perfect backdrop for that.
See, he's not gonna come find you and shut your computer off. He liked it. You gotta stop.
What was the
What was that?
What was that movie in the background?
Oh, I don't recognize it offhand.
Yeah.
I don't.
Three Ninjas.
Three Ninjas.
Three
Just some
Ninjas.
shit that it's absolutely not.
Three Ninjas Kick Back.
Godzilla. Fuck it. That was Pulp Fiction. That's what he was using.
He said Three Ninjas. Oh man, that's funny.
Wasn't one of the kids from like Tool Time or whatever that show was called in or Home Improvement in Kid Ninjas? Or
Yeah.
Three
Yep.
Ninjas or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Fuck, man, those kids were goofy. Anyways, then there was DJ Noof.
Noof in the building. That was a vibe. It was
Yeah,
definitely
super
That was
clean.
dope.
Yeah.
And the live programming of it was dope too. Like that horn stab in it as well.
Yeah. 100%. Skolzy came in with a really dope beat and video. I like that video too. I don't know how the hell he came up with that shit, but that shit was dope. How are people doing that? Like, how the fuck are you guys doing that? Not Prot, but Pablo Station with those crazy ass videos that are all specific. What the fuck is that? Are they drawing that?
I'm pretty sure you just throw
What,
it
the
in
one with the One Punch Man?
Yeah. Well, no, not that one. That was who the fuck did that one?
That was Jakova.
That was Jakova. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
That's my pick from this
They
block.
might
No, that was Skulls. Yeah, you're right. It was One Punch Man because it was like it was like a weird animated rendition of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I didn't see that episode.
That's what I was
so-
thinking. I was like, how are they doing this shit?
I won't have to blur that out for copyright then. For the
Yeah,
replay.
That's some other shit.
Quite possibly. And then Jakova came in. That was like
that's my pick from that.
Oh, he had a
last
live
block.
beat making video.
Yeah.
That's right.
perfect for like some lyrics for that one. And he threw that Method Man sample in. Yeah. It was dope. Well, DB, thanks for hanging out a little extra long with us. And
oh man, I had fun, man.
We've been wanting to
Really
get you on for a
appreciate
long
you coming
time.
on, making the time, man.
You want to plug the project? Zoom it in, plug the project, your new joint.
Oh man, Of Age with Low Key. It's on his Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff.
Nice.
And on YouTube. And shit, just a few shows coming up.
Yeah. You want to plug those as well?
Got the show in Japan, April 1st to April 8th. April 24th, I'm in Chicago. April 26th, I'll be in Detroit. Gonna do like some workshop with YG.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
Nice.
And then I got the website dbocbeats.com. I do like one-on-one sessions, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You said you had the flip sessions coming up as well?
Yeah, on Thursday. And I'll have Low Key, Naja Head, the homie Quentin, and Kershawn. They're gonna be in town. So we're gonna do a live session on top of the flip session.
Dope. Last
Now-
question. Can you do bonus levels too? Can we get that shit?
Oh man. Technically it would be 3.
That's true. That is a good point.
But I gotta get in the mood. I get some video games. So who knows, man.
All right. Fair enough. Nah, that's
try.
fair enough.
I'll try.
Now, looking at your schedule here as you were plugging things, I see that you have April 18th open. I'm wondering if you can help me move.
He's gonna come. He said he's busy that day. He's coming to Vancouver.
Al is moving from his
Yeah, I
super
gotta-
fucking sanitary clean room to an even more sanitary clean room.
I got
He's
a
moving into a
U-Haul
hospital
side
room.
hustle.
Yes, dude. Hell yeah. We worked this out prior. We're going to plug that. No, but DB, it's really cool for, cats like yourself, and there's other heads that have joined us, leaders in our community that have like really kind of paved the way for a lot of us, and like inspiring us, doing these projects that you do, and then taking the time to come hang out with us is just, we're infinitely thankful, and we appreciate you hanging out with us for a bit and having some fun with some music, man. Thank you.
Oh man, no problem, man. Nah, I'll definitely more the Discord is
Yeah.
popping up in here, so I feel like they definitely gonna tap in with future challenges.
Yeah. that'll
And
be
I'm gonna
great.
try to get that sample. I'm gonna try to do some with that sample.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great to hear what you come up with there on that one. Alrighty, well, with that, thanks everybody for joining us for another exciting
Yes,
edition
sir.
of Beatcast. You can always get everything at thebeatcast.com. Pick up some merch. It helps support the show. You can see some of it here and there. We have all kinds of different items going in, other ones coming out. And then if you can and you feel like going the extra mile, by all means, join our Patreon if you'd like. We appreciate you guys for hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Beatcast.